and we're into it. It's so weird. I have to like really verify. Like this Go XLR is very good. Go XLR is great. Love it. But the what are they called? Sliders. The sliders are sticky, or at least one of them is, and that's bad because sometimes I'll unmute myself and it will just not go back to the level that it was supposed to be at. So I have to verify, which is super fun, you know. Anyway. Oh, mansies. We got a good one tonight, except for the fact that I forgot to get a lot of water, so there's a little bit of water. Oh, well. I'll get more, I'm sure. Alrighty. Oh. Just, just making it happen. Just making it happen. I'm here. I'm ready. My feet are hot, per usual. I don't know what it is, but this room is like either like perfectly hot or like not hot enough. It's really weird. It's really weird. But who knows? Maybe I'll fix it eventually. I got the hot foot, cold foot, whatever. It's fine. I'll just deal with it. I got one slipper off. What am I even talking about? What is this stream? What does that even mean? Oh man, I'm dying inside, talking about how my feet are hot. Whatever. I hope everyone's doing well. How are y'all? What's new? How's your Monday? How's your February been in the 8 or however many hours people have been up or something? I don't know. I hope good. That's what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about February and what's coming up in February. Oh, buddy, man, this is a new thing. This is a new thing I'm thinking about, or I've been wanting to do for a while. And basically, all we're going to be doing this stream is mostly just chatting. We're going to hang out. We're going to figure out stuff together. We're going to talk about cool things. We're going to learn as a family. Probably not. And it's going to be a great time. So there you go. I think just chatting is super important. I think getting on a personal level, like really establishing the fact that you and I are not much different is really cool and really important. So that's what we're doing. Anyway. Oh my goodness. Specifically, just kind of talking about generally things that, talk about January and like some things that went great, some things that could use some improvement, and things that really went poorly. That's it's really important, that kind of like self-reflection of like, hey, how was I in the previous month? Where am I at currently? How am I going to be going forward? Really important to do. It helps you understand. Just checking in generally with yourself is super important. And I can't express to you how many people I've talked to who just like don't have that skill set. And that's completely understandable because like it's something I had to learn. I think some people are like just gifted with, like they just have that. And like I'm jealous of them because like it makes life much, much easier. But learning how to do that's not impossible. And it's very helpful. So I'm going to just kind of show you my process tonight, and maybe you can learn. And if you have questions or anything, like we can get there and figure stuff out together. It's going to be cool. Yeah. Oh, man. I always I don't know what to say at the beginning of these things. I'm just there like, well, hey. Hanging out. I'll say this. So I am part of another Discord group. We have a Discord. You should join it if you're not already. But I'm part of several other ones, as I'm sure most of you are. And one of the ones I'm a part of is for this application called GG App. And it's an app that basically you use to like track what games you're playing, which ones you've beaten, and you can like write reviews and stuff on there. And I write reviews on there sometimes. I'm trying to get back into that just because I enjoyed it, and there's actually some beneficial stuff going on with them right now, which is good. But I'm in this one specific channel that's all about like swapping reviews and like helping each other get better at reviews. And like, I'm trying really hard not to be like super critical of these people that are writing these reviews, but like a lot of their game reviews, specifically like their reviews or whatever, like their writing style, like that's all stuff that you learn. And a lot of these people are like amateurs, so like that's completely fine. But as am I, to be clear. But some of their opinions on games are really, really interesting, and like in my opinion, really, 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 really misinformed. And it's been really fascinating to like engage with them in like conversation and try my best to, because there's certain people that I just have to be like, we agree to disagree. You and I do not see the same. But there's some people that I'll engage with, and I'm like, I don't understand what you're saying at all. Like, that makes no sense to me. And then like they'll explain it, and I'll be like, I kind of get that, but that's like to me, it's logically inconsistent. Here's a perfect example. I'm not going to say any names because I don't want to put anyone on blast, but someone was mentioning a review like, I don't know, a couple hours ago about Batman Arkham Asylum, which is one of my favorite games of all time. So already coming to this conversation with like a very strong opinion about this game. And they gave it a 2 out of 5. And I read the review, and all they were saying basically was like, I didn't like the story and I didn't like the gameplay. But they were also saying this part was good, 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 this part was good. So they listed off all these like overall like really great things about it. And then they said, but I didn't vibe with it, so 2 out of 5. And like, again, completely fine. They're totally allowed to say like, it's not my kind of game, I'm not here for it. I just think it's super funny that like the logical inconsistency of like, here's all this great stuff, and they list all the great stuff, and then it all boils down to just a pure subjective feeling, and that's it. And like, to me, not saying that that's like not beneficial, because like if you establish a pattern of like, hey, this is how my reviews are going to be, you know, if all of your reviews and all of your opinions and all of your insight into a medium is completely subjective, then that's useful because you're consistent. So long as you're consistent. If you're not consistent, that's when I start having a problem of like, okay, well, you loved this game because of the graphics, but then you said this game was bad because of the graphics, and they have the same graphics. Like, anyway. And so like, I'm not trying to put them on blast of being like, oh, well, that's insane. But like, to me, a good well-rounded review does a mix of like objectivity and subjectivity. You have to have some level of like, objectively speaking, the combat works well and like it's fun to do minute to minute, or the world building has been established well and I appreciate that bit of it, but it didn't vibe with me, so I'm gonna give it like a 3. Like, I can appreciate what they're trying to do, and I think they accomplished that goal. However, it wasn't for me, so 3 out of 5. Or 4 out of 5, like, I recognize it's a good game, and a lot of people, like, you know, Breath of the Wild is a good example. A lot of people, I don't think, vibe with Breath of the Wild, and if I'm gonna be honest, if you don't vibe with Breath of the Wild, like, you aren't gonna vibe with it. Like, it's a very polarizing game to a lot of people for some reason, and like, I think like, it takes a very specific kind of review to recognize that the game itself is like really, really well made, but also to say, but I don't vibe with it, therefore 4 out of 5. Because everyone else is putting it at like 5 out of 5, like best game of all time, or 3 out of 5. To be like, hey, I get what they were going for. I think they accomplished their goal. They hit all these markers, but for me, didn't work. So 3 out of 5. I think that's completely fair. It's completely fair. But I think if you go like, not for me, I get what they were trying to do and I think they accomplished it, but not for me, 1 out of 5. I'm like, well, okay, I guess. Again, if you're consistent, like, it's fine. I don't know. It's just been really interesting to like have that kind of dialogue with with other people, because I think their opinions are valid. I want them to express their opinions so we can have this kind of conversation, but it's just sometimes it's infuriating because I'm like, but you said you liked this thing. Well, I didn't like it in this one situation. Why? Well, I got stuck. Oh, so you hated that one puzzle, not the whole game. Well, yeah, but it made me feel bad. I mean, okay, but like you don't have to be good at everything. Is it all right? Another good example. I was playing Crash Bandicoot recently, and like I haven't played the Insane trilogy, so like maybe there's a difference in the Insane trilogy, but like to me, the original Crash was like it was difficult, but it wasn't impossible. You know, like I was sitting there like this is the first time I've beaten the game. I'm sitting there playing through it. I'm like, I mean, there's some difficulty spikes. There's some stuff that's like really stupid. A good example of which is the save system, which makes no sense. But past that point, I don't think the game is like Dark Souls level hard, which is what some people were saying, and I don't think that it's like I don't know. It was not that bad to me. And so I just don't get where people are coming from. They're saying stuff like, "Oh, well, this game's impossible." It's not though. Like it's completely playable. You just have to like get in the mindset of like, "Hey, this is a game from 1996. Like stuff was different." I don't know. I think frame of reference is super crucial with that sort of thing. You know, like like having an understanding of like for me, you know, playing older games back in the day. To me, that sort of thing is not difficult. I can push through some difficulty spikes and not really bat an eye. But some people are like, yeah, I played it for 3 hours, got to a point where it was too difficult, dropped it and moved on and gave it a 2. I'm like, ooh, I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. But again, to each their own. To each their own. To each their own. Oh, mansies. Well, I hope y'all are doing well. Man, my bit rate is fine. I've been having some weird issues with like my internet and like not being as consistent as it normally is for some reason. Just in terms of specifically upload speeds. Download speed has been completely fine, but download speed is not your entire internet. And the upload speed specifically, which is how this thing that we're doing works really, that has been a little weird, a little wonky. Not bad, just wonky. So it seems to be fine now. That's good. That's good. I like that. Anyway. So I asked this on my Discord, and I'll ask it here as well, but like, or I'll mention it here. I asked all the people on my Discord, like when they started playing games, like what system was like their first foray into gaming as like a thing. Specifically, like what was the first console that like they really played. And it was so interesting because like a lot of people had like their system was like a system that like came out when I was in like high school or college, and I was like, wow. First of all, I'm old. Thank you. Second of all, it's going to be like really difficult for that kind of person to go back and appreciate a lot of what older games did. You know, like if you really think about it, that frame of reference of like, hey, I grew up playing Mario Brothers, like the original, or I grew up playing Pokemon Stadium or Mario 64 or stuff like that, or even, hey, I grew up playing Sunshine or Melee or whatever, all those different things. Those influence that first gaming experience influences everything about your gaming perspective going forward. You know, like everything is tinted by what you experienced before it. As a good example, this is a very simple but funny example of like, you know, somebody who's just getting into movies, or has only been in movies for a short period of time. If like their frame of reference for like the first movie that like they genuinely remember seeing is Boss Baby, and then they watch another movie, they're gonna say something along the lines of like, wow, this reminds me of Boss Baby in these ways. They're not wrong. Like their frame of reference is Boss Baby. So like, why wouldn't they say that? Of course they'll say that. I just think it's funny. You know, again, like if someone's like, well, I don't really get Super Metroid. Super Metroid to me is like a perfect game. Like it's fun. Okay, not a perfect game. It's a very good game that most people should play. I'll say that. And getting someone to go back and play an older game without the frame of reference of like, you have to read an instruction manual to understand what you're doing because there's no tutorial. That is so foreign to so many people. It's so foreign to so many people. And it's just, it's interesting to me, that perspective change that people can have based on nothing else other than I started playing with a DS. Like my first video game system was a DS. Well, that's a completely different frame of reference to my first gaming system was a Super Nintendo, or my first gaming system is a Switch, or a PS4, or a PS5. Can you like imagine? Think about that. There's some people whose first experience with gaming is going to be a PS5, and I am so jealous of those people. My goodness, I am so jealous of those people. They get so many nice things. They get that ability to like come back, like the quick resume thing that's even faster than it is on ding dang PS4. Oh my god, they get these beautiful games, just absolutely stunning games. They get 4K 120 hertz. Like, are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, nuts, completely nuts. I think that's such an interesting conversation to have. I think it's and it helps people. I think it helps people understand like where each other are coming from when it comes to like gaming in general. Because honestly, I think a lot of people in gaming generally are very protective of their hobby, and like that's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with you saying like, "Hey, I'm a big gamer. I want to make sure like gaming moves forward in a way that makes sense." That's fine. My problem comes in when people say stuff along the lines of like, well, if you want to be a true gamer, you have to play Super Mario Brothers 3, you have to play Super Metroid, and you have to also think that it's the best game of all time. Well, no, that's insane. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't help anybody. You need to have people who experience things at different points to really move a medium forward, and also understand that like maybe the medium's not going to move forward the way you want it to, and that's okay. I think a great example of that for a lot of old school retro gamers right now is like the obsession, just the pure obsession with battle royales. A lot of old school gamers, I think myself included to a degree, don't really get that, and it's not really for us, and that's completely fine. I think that's one of the big things is we need to realize that like it's not for us, and that's fine. And that's fine. For me, I've kind of come to terms with it. I'm like, it's not for me. It's the same thing with like, and this is gonna blow people's minds, I think. I'm not a huge Minecraft guy. I was too old for it. I'm just too old for it. You know, like it's fine. It's just not for me. It's for other people, and that's great. That's completely fine. But if I walk around saying like, "Oh, you play Minecraft, you're not a real gamer." What? What does that solve? Like, what does that do? What does that do to the person who's learning how to get into games other than make them not want to get into games anymore because of people like me? Seems like a waste. I will say I have preferences, and I think it's completely fine to mention those preferences. As a, for instance, I'm working on one of the things in February, by the way. Just gonna pull it back a little bit. One of the things I want to work on is a like, how do I phrase this? Like a GOAT book club or a GOAT game club. In the GG app, there's another section that I'm a part of where we play one game every month and talk about it, which is amazing. I absolutely love that. Shouts out to Clunky Mechanic for the amazing work she does to get that thing working. But I want to do something similar to that, but with games that are generally considered to be like some of the best of all time, just to give people a frame of reference for like what they are. Not to say like you have to play these in order to like have it to be a gamer, but to say I think it's worth, if you want to really get into the medium in a meaningful way, I think it's important to at least, number one, have experienced them in some capacity, and to have an opinion about them, good or bad. You can have like, I don't care if someone's like, I played Mario 3 and thought it was terrible. I want them to explain why. First, I want you to tell me why. But I think it's fine if they're like, I didn't feel it. Again, like going back to this the GG app thing in the reviews, somebody was mentioning that they think that like Nintendo makes bad games or boring games. They said, I think the word they used was Nintendo makes boring games. Like their entire thing is just like they have the same game over and over again, and it's boring and it's the same. And I'm like, and they're carried by the Zelda franchise, and the Zelda franchise is overrated. And I'm like, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I just really want you to explain to me why. Like, what specifically about like Mario? Mario's a good example. They're like, well, Mario's boring. Why is Mario boring? Oh, well, the aesthetic is boring. Just the graphics and the style of it. Yeah. What about the gameplay? Gameplay's fine. That's not my perspective at all. That's just not me. That's not how I operate. To me, the gameplay is like king. Gameplay is king above all things. If you got bad gameplay and the best graphics of all time, I don't really care. Great example, The Order 1886. Does anyone think that like The Order 1886 is an amazing game? Broshio, do you think that The Order 1886 is an amazing game? Cheers to you, by the way. Have you played The Order 1886? That's a fair question first. We'll start with that. Broshio, how are you? How are you doing? I hope well. I hope you're well on this very cold Monday. Goodness gracious, it is so cold. It is so cold. My goodness. I haven't played it, unfortunately. I think that's okay. Broshio, what I was talking about is I was having some we'll say discussions. You're well, how am I? I'm doing great. Welcome to the chill start of the month stream. This is where we kind of just chat about whatever and kind of mention some things that are coming up in February, and you can ask me questions, I'll ask you questions. We'll get on the same page and really vibe, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. Literally, because it's freezing outside. One of the benefits of working from home is I get to stay in this room. Like this is where this is my workspace, by the way. And ooh, it's warm in here. Ooh, buddy, it's warm. It's a problem because it gets a little bit like dry and staticky, but you know, whatever. We'll take it as it comes. So, Order 1886, to put things in perspective, Broshio. The reason I was asking that question was because I was having some discussions with people on a different Discord about Nintendo games specifically. Well, just kind of reviews in general, but Nintendo games specifically, and they were saying that they only really care like if they don't connect with an aesthetic like quickly, then they quit playing the game, regardless of how well regardless of how well the game itself plays. And I was just sitting there going like, I 100% disagree with that. I'm just like on the complete opposite side. Like, I don't care what the graphics look like. If you have great graphics, awesome. But like, that is such a low, like, what am I trying to say? It doesn't matter to me that much at all. Like, to me, if the gameplay itself is like amazing, I'm in. But it has to be like, it has to like really hook me. And so like what I was saying was like the Order 1886 has like incredible graphics, but is pretty shallow gameplay wise, and like it's kind of you play it, it takes you 5 to 7 hours and you're done. And there's no other redeeming thing about it other than like it looks very pretty. And to me, I was like, that doesn't seem like a consistent scale. It doesn't seem like a consistent way. That's why Mario 64 is like one of the greatest. I agree. And like what they were saying, Broshio, this is gonna blow your mind. They were saying that like Mario as a franchise is boring. Not like a specific game, not like New Super Mario Brothers U is boring, which it is. But they were saying Mario across the board is boring because his aesthetic, the games in the series, the aesthetic is boring. Therefore, the games are boring. And I just do not grasp that. They had like Mario Odyssey as like a 2 out of 5. 64 was like a 3 out of 5. Mario Odyssey was a 2 out of 5. And I was like, Mario Odyssey is a 2 out of 5? What? I was so confused. But I was also explaining that like I don't think that that's a bad thing. Exactly. It's their opinion. That's what I was trying to express. That I was trying to maybe get them to flesh out their opinion a little bit more clearly, because like I'm totally fine if you're like, look, I don't vibe with platformers. Great. I don't vibe with platformers. Great. I don't vibe with like if someone's like, I don't vibe with the JRPGs. Fine. I don't vibe with beat 'em ups. Okay. I don't vibe with walking simulators. Okay. Fine. But I think being able to clearly say why something is good or bad is super crucial. And I think specifically for the medium of gaming, I think the minute to minute experience, to me at least, is more important than the aesthetic but to them it's not. And I was just like, okay, I mean, agree to disagree. We certainly don't agree. Anyway, and Order 1886 was my example. But going back to what I was saying beforehand as well, I'm thinking about starting up within my Discord specifically a greatest of all time book club, game club kind of thing. Not for the sake of like trying to get people to play, like say like you have to play these games to understand how gaming works, but more of a, hey, I'm thankful that you are interested in this this medium and this hobby. I think it's super fun as well. Generally speaking, there's a lot of people who agree that like these are like some of, if not some of the best games that have ever existed, and you should probably you should try and experience them in some capacity, even if it's simply emulating them on your computer, just to like have a frame of reference for where gaming has come from, so that you can appreciate where it is now, because it's like it's in the best place it's ever been. I just think that'd be a really cool discussion point. You know, like, hey, let's all play. You know, in February, hey, we're all going to play Super Mario Brothers 3, and then we're going to talk about it. And if you've played it before, great, come join the discussion. If you've never played it before, great, figure out a way to play it. Like, there's 1,000 different ways you can play it on. If you've got a Game Boy Advance, play on a Game Boy Advance. If you've got a computer, you can emulate it. If you've got an NES Classic, you can play it on that. Like, it doesn't really matter how you get to it, just so long as you get to it and experience what it's about. I think that's a really cool idea. Does that make sense? You feel me on that one? Sharing experiences and thoughts with people and with games are great. I agree. That's why, like, I mean, like, that's this whole like weird thing about like console wars and stuff. Just like, it, to me, it's so tiresome, because like it's the same thing every time. Like, I remember even back in the day, you know, I'm dating myself here a little bit, but like the whole, you know, Genesis versus Super Nintendo thing, and people were saying like, oh, well, if you think that Super Nintendo has any redeeming quality, then you are insane. I'm like, bruh, it's got games on games on games. It's got the games. It may not sound as good as the Genesis. There's no way. Like, the Genesis sounds better than most systems like today. It sounds incredible, but like limiting my experience to only play Nintendo stuff would be silly. Limiting myself to only playing Sega stuff would be silly. It's even more silly now, but very silly. Or, you know, people were like, oh, I only play Xbox. I only play PlayStation. I only play games with this sort of. I only play first-person shooters. I don't know. To me, that seems purposefully limiting and silly. I don't know. I tend to have a perspective of. I try and have a perspective of like, I try and see the best of stuff. Like, I can push through an aesthetic or gameplay difference, if that makes sense. But if there's like, unless there's something like truly wrong with a game, I'm pretty okay with just dealing with it, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. Oh, mansies. So yeah, be on the lookout for that, Broshio, in the Discord. We're going to chat about some stuff and be cool. Oh, also, Broshio, you'll love this one. Coming up in February, you just try and be fair. Yeah, exactly. Try and be fair. Try and be open-minded to some things that like you may not actually be into. A perfect example. So with this other Discord that I'm a part of, we have a game club where we play, you know, a different game every month. And by the way, this month, Broshio, it's Streets of Rage 4. So also, I'm probably going to stream that on Saturday with one of the people in the Discord, the game club, because we both really want to play it co-op, and that game is better co-op anyway. And it's, oh my gosh, bro, that game is so good. That game is so much fun. Anyway, yeah, the whole thing slaps, dude. The whole game slaps. It's amazing. Like I literally started playing it last night just to like get a feel for it. Ended up playing till like 2 a.m. I was like, I have to work. What am I doing? This game's too good. One more level. It was so much fun. Anyway, so I might be streaming that either this Saturday or next Saturday with one of my buddies in the game club. But normally in the game club, the games that they pick or have up for a vote are more, how do I say this tactfully? They're more intellectual, I guess. There's more to talk about narratively than gameplay wise a lot of times. That makes sense. So they're like, we played Soma, and I forgot the second one already. Recently we played Kentucky Route Zero, which is, I enjoyed my time with it, but it is a very polarizing experience, to say the least. Multiple people in the group returned their copy after like 2 hours or right before 2 hours to get a refund, because they were like, this game is terrible. And like, as a game, I wouldn't say it's terrible, but like, it's polarizing and weird. And so like, it's just really funny to me now, like we're playing this very bombastic beat 'em up game, and like the text chat is just blowing up with people just being like, holy crap, this game rules. Oh my gosh, this soundtrack. Oh, it's so cool. I love this. And it's funny to me, because before it's like, wow, I was really not enjoying this game, but once you get to this twist, it actually kind of works. And you're like, yeah, I mean, true. That's true. And now it's just like, holy crap, I got a 100 guy combo, 100 hit combo, and then dropped it because this one guy poked me with a stick. I'm so mad. It's hysterical. The only bad thing about, and I'm playing it in Game Pass, by the way. The only bad thing about that game, and the fact that I'm playing it on Game Pass, is that Game Pass does not like my arcade stick for some reason. I don't know why. It makes me very sad. I really want to play that game with an arcade stick. It won't let me. And it makes me, it hurts my soul. I got it out. I was like, oh, this is going to be great. Hitting buttons. Nope. No bueno. It's an Xbox 360 stick also, so maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. I still think, like, if it can plug into a computer, it should work, but what do I know? Anyway, Broshio, what you got coming up in February, my man? What's going on in February? Talk to me about it. That's what we're talking about tonight. What's new in February? How is February going to be different than January? For me, it's a couple of things. And I can get to some of them. Definitely trying to drop that EP. Yes, love it. I'm very much looking forward to it, and I will absolutely be hitting you up to talk about playing it on stream, because I'm sure it's going to be amazing. Promoting will be wild. I'm sure it will be. For me, what I want to do, I have some like very specific goals that I'm trying to hit, just because I think it'll be beneficial. My big one, this is going to sound silly, but this is my big one, is I want to make sure that I have some consistency with what I eat for lunch. I've been pretty okay with that in the second half of January, but like the first half was like kind of all over the place in terms of like what I had for lunch. And what I mean by that specifically is I wanted to have like in my mind, okay, for this week, I'm going to have this turkey sandwich with this specific amount of chips and whatever, and like that will be my meal, and that will tide me over until I until I go to the gym and come back and have a protein shake. You know what I mean? Solid goal. Yeah, I think so. So doing that, and then obviously I've got some other ones. Another one would be, you know what? Let's do one of these real quick. Boop. Let's do one of these. Watch this. Wah. All right. February. That's way too small. That's way too small. Hold on. February goals. Here we go. It's better. So, first one is weekday lunch consistency. And the reason I picked that one is because I'm trying to slim down a little bit, trying to lose some weight, while get stronger at the same time. And so I have, specific calorie goals and protein goals that I'm trying to hit and have been for the past month, and it's been pretty good at it. Nice notepad from listen, I'm trying. Is that better? Is that better? Can you read that? Can you read that one? That one should be fine. I can at least see it in the preview. It seems slightly clearer, but listen, we're getting there, okay? We're getting there. We're professional. This is a professional operation, Broshio. You know this. I know this. We all know this. It's very professional. Good. So, and the reason, like I was saying, is this past month I've been trying to hit specific protein goals and caloric goals, which I've been pretty okay at. And it's been good overall, but I think I can be better at it. And one of the things that I've noticed is that my lunch specifically just kind of gets weird. Like I'll be working through, like, breakfast is fine. I'll be working through and then be like, oh wow, I need to eat something before this meeting. Crap. And then I'll just go make like whatever. And it's not that it's bad, but in terms of me trying to hit my goals, there's been a lot of times that I've just been like pretty underneath what my goal should be for protein intake specifically, and I want to try and consistently fix that, at least by helping with lunch stuff. So that's that one. Another one, because I did this month as well, is 4 games beaten. 4 games beaten. I'm trying to aim. This is a very lofty goal for the year. I want to try and beat 50 games this year. Last year I beat 34, I think. Hold on, I can tell you exactly. Profile, and oh man, it looks so much better. Lists, 20. Well, almost. 2020 games beaten, 31. I beat 31 games last year. And like I didn't really start beating games until April. Like I didn't try and do any kind of serious gaming until April. And a lot of it was because of streaming. So I was like, well, I mean, if I'm streaming in January and I'm playing this I'm doing this what's it called? Game club thing. I could barely beat SSX3 Peak 3 when I was 8, let alone 50 games. Yeah, I mean, all same. Like, this is partly due to the fact that I have, currently 6 hours minimum guaranteed gaming time each week. Never mind the stuff that I do just kind of like in between, but guaranteed I'm playing games at least 6 hours a week. If I didn't have that, then like there's no way I would achieve this. There was no way I would have done that last year had I not had this streaming experience. So this has been very helpful in getting that direction. But I'm not sure that 50 is going to be achievable. I've met some people who actually beat like 100 games last year, and I'm like, look, all power to you. That's crazy. And they're like, they have jobs and children, and like, forget about it. Anyway, so 50 games beaten total throughout the year. I think I think it's possible, but I just need to make sure that like I consistently hit my numbers each month. Last month I beat 4 games. This month I'm going to beat another 4 games. If I do that for the entire year, that's 48 total, and then throwing in a couple on top of that should not be a problem. Shouldn't be a problem. So that's that goal. So this is all for February, and then the other one is 2 books read. 2 books read. That's not that bad. To me, this is a super important one. This is a super like. This one can be good or bad for a lot of people, and like to me, this one's super important because to me, I was talking to the IDC boys about that one, and like I love them. They're great. I love them, but like most people don't read, right? They don't read a lot. I think the average is like a book a month for a lot of people, and that's factoring in people like my wife who read like a book a week. So like if you take that average of people who read, period, you know, not counting the myriad of people who don't read and the myriad of people who, you know, it's just it becomes very clear that like reading at all is important. And I can tell you, since I started reading consistently a couple years ago, my thought processes are clearer. Yeah, she's nuts, man. She's nuts. On average, she would like. There's some weeks where she'll read like a couple books. They're not big books, but they're stuff that, you know, YA stuff she gets at the library or free books that she gets on Kindle. But like she reads, like that is her hobby. Her hobby is reading, and she's very good at it. Like she's a borderline speed reader. It's very impressive. But I can tell you just from the small amount of books that I read compared to her, it is night and day the clarity in my mind when it comes to like processes and like coming up with ideas and working through problems and like just that you know, working that imagination muscle is important, and I just don't think enough people do that. So that's why 2 books read I think is completely doable. That would total put me at 24 for the year, which I think is completely respectable, and that's my goal. A couple years ago I did like, gosh, I forget how many. It was a lot. It ended up being like I think 30 or something like that. It was a lot of books. I felt very proud about that one. I was like, yo, what's up? I can read. I definitely give her that. That's real consistency. But would you even count? No. It's not. I'm not. When I say books read, I mean books. I don't mean a magazine. I don't mean the newspaper. I don't mean articles. No, it's books. And for her, it's the same. Like, it's gotta be a book. It can be on a Kindle, and it doesn't have to be like a certain length of book, but you know, it has to be a book. I typically read wiki articles, etc., and random information left and right, but some people think texting is reading. Texting is not reading. Texting is not reading. I'm sorry for those people who think that, but they are wrong. I would even argue that like I have some friends who read articles like out the yin yang, like just crazy amounts of articles. Like they consume articles constantly, but they don't read many books. And like again, I my hard cutoff of like what reading really is like a book. It doesn't have to be like a novel. It can be a nonfiction. It can be a self-help thing. It can be whatever. But consistently reading something that isn't an article, that has some substance to it, that's like making your mind work, I think is crucial. Because the reality is books are written differently than articles are, and differently than magazines are, and differently than texts are, and all these different mediums are important, and they involve, you know, like the act of reading, but the medium of a book is much different than the medium of a newspaper, and I think that's crucial. You know, it's the same thing of saying like, to me, it'd be similar to somebody saying like, oh, I love movies. Well, what do you watch? Oh, I watch I watch shows on television. Well, that's not really the same thing. Like they're different mediums. They kind of serve a different purpose. Well, I watch the news. Again, like not really a movie. Like it's informational, but it's just not the same, you know? It's just not the same. And I think honestly, like if you really think about it, I think that's what a lot of people might have against quote unquote casual gamers and like casual gaming on like your phone. It's not that it's bad. I wouldn't say that it's bad. I do think that there's a difference between playing a game on your phone versus sitting down and playing a game on a television or on a Switch or something like that. I don't know how I can quantify that. I don't know what that difference is, but I think that there is one. You know what I mean? Like an appreciable difference. You know what I mean? Literature is certainly important when it comes to developing your mindset. Yeah, I agree. And I think more importantly, it's more crucial than I think people realize. I think that people really undervalue putting yourself in someone else's shoes. You know, and I think 2020 really illuminated for a lot of people that like there is a huge necessity for you to empathize with people in like different situations. And honestly, I think that you can't do that unless like one of the easiest ways to do that is to read, you know, especially if you read stuff where like people are not you, then like you in some capacity, then like you can really get a perspective that is very different. Does that make sense? And I think that's huge. I think that's huge, and it doesn't have to be like, you know, a crazy different experience, but it can be something like, well, hey, I grew up in Greensboro, like decent, like middle-sized big city. I can read a story about someone who's living in New York City. That's a completely different experience. It's crazy. I think the Bible is such a great piece of literature, in my opinion. Taking religious beliefs aside, there's so many quotable scriptures that can influence your everyday life. But I guess I could sound a little biased being a Christian myself. That's fair. I understand. I understand what you're saying, though. I think that you're right. I absolutely think that you're right. It's, you know, there's certainly truths in that are echoed in other places, but I agree with you. Like, you know, the whole concept of reading it consistently is for a purpose. And I think, you know, beside that thing specific, beside the Bible specifically, I do think that, like, again, the act of engaging with some form of literature or reading or just some story that is not your own is crucial. You know what I mean? I think that is the easiest way for people to, number one, to empathize, and number two, to self-reflect better. You know what I mean? Like, it's so much easier to self-reflect if you can put yourself in some shoes that are not your own for a little bit. That's such a weird thing to say, but I think you're understanding what I'm saying. If you're constantly staying where you are and never stepping outside of yourself, you can't reflect on where you are and where you have come from. Yeah, something like that. So 2 books read. 2 books read. All of that came from 2 books read, which is, yeah, you should do that. Anyway, and then I have this is gonna be less fun for everyone, I think. Some lifting goals. I'm not gonna get into these, but like, I have specific lifting goals of like strength and whatever, and certain things I want to do to be stronger and have an appreciable, that there's a number associated with them. So those are my February goals. With the weekday lunch consistency, 4 games beaten, 2 books read, and some lifting goals. And I also have some goals specifically for stream, obviously, but they're really like, they're not intangible. They're just kind of like, how do I say this? They're more fluid than I think these are. These I want, like, these are set things, set in stone, set numbers, smart goals, done. But like the goals for this, I have some ideas of what I would like to see, but I'm not holding myself to, like, if I don't hit X number of increase in followers, then like I've failed. If that makes sense. Really, my goals for this experience are just trying to figure out some better ways to make better content that hits more people in the ways that I want it to hit them. A good example would be, I've been working on YouTube stuff for a little bit, but I'm still working on some YouTube stuff. Last month definitely went by so fast. Yeah, for real. I mean, like, I felt like the entirety of 2020 went by pretty fast, honestly, but like last month specifically, whew, man, that thing flew. That thing flew. I take it back. 2020 for me went really slow, but for a lot of people, it went very fast. Thank goodness it's over, though. Woo, buddy. Man. But again, in terms of this space specifically, a lot of my goals are related to content and creating good content and engaging content that people relate to and can understand and get something from, and all those sorts of things. So like me saying like, hey, here's my tangible like real world goal of what streaming's gonna look like. I don't think I can come up with one that I would be satisfied with that also would then be healthy for what I'm all. I have a job, I have other obligations, and saying I'm gonna be able to push out a high quality YouTube video every single week for this month it's just not feasible. I can get two. I know I can get two, but that's not really. That's not really a goal. That's just something I know I can do. So, anyway, that's what's up with that. Yeah, goals are fun. I have a lot of fun helping people like get to the center of what they actually want to do. Does that make sense? Because I think a lot of people just have this weird inability. Not weird. I don't want to say weird. That sounds derogatory. They have an inability to quantifiably know what they want to do with whatever amount of time that they have. And it is I'm not great at this. So we're clear. I'm not fantastic at this, but I think it's crucial to get in a mindset of this is how I can do this better. I am here. I'm here. I want to be here. How do I get there? That alone, I think people just don't know how to do. Like, hey, I'm here, and I want to get to this spot. How do I get there? Straight line, but they do all this like weird, whatever stuff to get there, and they end up spending a lot of effort on something that they don't need to. That's the thing. I think, at least that's what I think. I think there's always a balance of how much effort you put into something and how much you're getting out of it and how much it benefits you long term. That's what I think. Oh, mansies. Oh, speaking of Streets of Rage, by the way, so this person I'm playing it with, we're also looking to maybe play all of them on a stream, just like starting with Streets of Rage 1 and just like powering through them all. It depends on how good we are at Streets of Rage 4. And like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm pretty nice. I feel like I'm pretty nice to that game. I was having fun with it, and like kept my lives up. Got some sick combos. The trick now is just for me to not drop the combos every time, because the way that the fourth game works specifically, second one has the best OST. I think you're probably right. Honestly, I think you're probably right. I think the third one has probably the best gameplay, other than this one. I think this one has the best gameplay, 4. But I think the third has the best gameplay. 2 has the best soundtrack. 2 has the best soundtrack easily. Man, is it so good. Oh, what a great soundtrack. You still, Broshi, you still in a Genesis kick per usual? I got Dylan onto an NES kick. We were playing some games, and he was like, "What should I listen to?" I'm like, "Sunsoft on the NES." He was like, "What?" I was like, "Blaster Master, Euphoria, Batman, and then Batman: Return of the Joker." Enjoy. Key, hello, how are you? What up to you? What up, fam? What's poppin'? As he should. I agree. Key, how are you? What's new? What's going on? We're over here talking about like Streets of Rage 4 and like why it's so good, and we're talking about why Streets of Rage 2 has such a good soundtrack. How's your? Oh, tell me what's up. I'm ready for it. I'm very ready for it. Hit me. My body is ready. Oh, shoot. Key. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you very much. Boom. Enjoy the donuts. Enjoy the donut. You get a donut. You get a donut, and you get a donut, and you get a donut. Gotta support. That's fair. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Oh, man. I appreciate that. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, enjoy the He Gamer He Games as well. It's my very good, very poorly made emote that I made myself. I threw that together so quickly, and I'm so embarrassed about it. I think it's so bad. You have no idea. I think it's so bad. I think it's so bad. True. True. I do. I care. I care. You got a donut. That's right. The donuts I think are great. The donuts I'm very happy with. I commissioned those and I'm thrilled with them. I think they look amazing. I think they look like look at this triple donut. Look at that triple donut. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me with the triple donut and the single and like they all look delicious? It says tipple. I can't type. I can't type. Goal of February. Get good at typing, apparently. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. I call myself a keyboardist. I got the stuff to make sushi in a couple days. You're going to make some sushi. Ooh, that good sushi with the real fish, though. What fish specifically? What are you rocking? What's your fish? Are we talking tuna? We got some salmon, crab. Did you just put crab with a K, like the Krusty Krab? Because if you did, I'm here for it. I'm just like, that's dope. That's dope. Tuna, smoked salmon, cream cheese. Yeah, salmon and cream cheese is incredible. Salmon and cream cheese is incredible. Very yummy. Man. Yeah. Oh, you like eel? Man. Kindred spirits here. I think dragon rolls are amazing. I have to convince people to like them, though. I have to like really get like in their face and be like, no, trust me. Trust me. Like a ton of crab rangoons and chicken. Yes. I'm jealous. I'm very jealous of that. That's super fun. That's super fun. Are you gonna so when you're making sushi, are you gonna roll it yourself and everything? Like get the seaweed, get the sticky rice, like full handmade sushi? I've only done that once and I was like very bad at it. If I'm feeling saucy, maybe some egg drop soup. Oh, make it from scratch. Amazing. Everything? Wow. I feel impressive if I don't make like a sandwich, like if I make myself like some eggs and like they're halfway decent, I'm like, yeah, chef JB. I keep supplies for Chinese, Japanese food in the house because I make it a lot. I make a bomb ass stir fry. Yes. Is there anyone who doesn't like stir fry? Honestly, like honest question does anyone not enjoy stir fry? I'm sure there's some people, but like to me stir fry is like, or at least like good cheap Japanese like East Asian food is so good. Master, I don't know. I'm an old lady, so I do have experience. Fair. Oh man. Like stir fry and fry. Yeah. Absolutely. That good fried rice and like a good bowl of ramen, like real ramen with like an egg in it. I love me some ramen. Some good ramen though. Like that's the thing. If you get like the cheapo stuff, like it's fine, it's whatever, like it's college, but like it's not the real stuff. But like if you get like a real one, you make yourself some real ramen, forget about it. Year ago I was cooking for 6, now I'm cooking for 5. Can't cook for anything less than an army now. Well, yeah, I get that. I fully understand. My mother-in-law went from cooking for Well, I guess yeah, she was cooking for 3. Well, cooking for 5, and then it slowly dwindled to just 2. And she like all of her ingredients over the course of a long period of time had to like just slowly go down. And she was like, I kind of enjoy cooking for a lot of people, which is crazy. Made a whole turkey dinner on Friday. Today we use the leftover turkey for white chili. Yes, that's the best. That's the best way to use leftover turkey, in my opinion. Like it's well, 2 ways. Anti-key leftovers queen. Yes, good. Kindred spirits. You and my wife will get along. I'll tell you that much. She loves herself some leftovers. I am becoming, again, through my wife and her love for me, I'm becoming a huge fan of leftovers. But like when we got married, I was not one. I was not. But now I am. We're getting there at least. My favorite things to do with like leftover turkey specifically is to do either the white chili, which is fantastic, or like one of those sandwiches that is it's like a leftover like turkey or a leftover Thanksgiving dinner sandwich. My goodness, so good. That's cute. What's cute? Who's cute? Am I cute? Is that what you're saying, Broshio? Don't make me blush. Don't make me blush. Key is here for You Can Cat in the Discord. Good. Very good. Man, where's a cat must be working a storm. I'm a sucker for tall, dark, and handsome with glasses and long hair. Oh, the tall's not me, nor is the dark, but that's okay. I appreciate that. Boyfriend's a hairy beast. There you go. There you go. That's good. That's good. Oh, man. Oh, man. Key, I was asking this question. I asked this in the Discord earlier, like a couple days ago, I guess. But what is your do you play games currently? Number one. And if you do, what was the first system that like you really started playing games on? By the way, I spent points to guide the raid on Broccoli's stream and send them to you, but I don't know when he'll be off. No problem. Awesome. I appreciate that. It's so kind. Broccoli's got a good stream. Like it's scuffed, and I like that vibe. But like he consistently makes some good content. Did you ask what my first gaming system? I did ask what your first gaming system was. I asked in the Discord a couple days ago, but since you're just joining, I figured I would reach out now and say like, hey, what's your experience? Atari 2600, old school, very nice. Okay, hey, no judgments. I'm about a decade behind you. But what my whole question, my reasoning for asking that was not to like call people out for being old or not, is really to just kind of inform or to kind of get an idea of like how you view games now, because I think whatever system you play your games through first, like whatever thing you use to play like games to begin with, is going to inform the way you look at games currently. I grew up on apples in the 80s, and my dad would program games, and yeah. Those things were so cool. I didn't grow up with that. Adding dinos together and collecting fireflies, it was great. I love that. My first experience with like computer games was Number Munchers in like a school computer lab. I think it was an Apple II. I loved it. I wanted to go back all the time. They would not let me. That's fine. But anyway, so I asked Key, just so you can commiserate with me. I asked everyone in my Discord, and like all their answers were like, I started playing on the DS. Or like Broshio was like, I started playing on the GameCube and the PS2. And I was like, I am ancient. I am death incarnate. But it's such a cool thing. First prom was on a 14 modem with 386 PC, didn't have a digital line. Nice. Very good. I have also been online since then, but not that old. I was around for the AOL stuff, like, when things got good. But anyway, Bungie Broccoli, hello. Thank you for all the people. What's going on? Big raid. The big raid. I'm a person. Thank you for the follow. The Broccoli Imperium is following. Theron. Theron, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the stream. We're hanging out, talking about cool things, talking about games. Just Theo. Got you. Theo, welcome. Can't follow because the follow cap I'm holding. Everyone hold on. Everyone hold. We're holding. We in here. What's up, Bill? What's up, WMB? Hope y'all are doing well. How's your day? How's your new month? Hands up, don't type. Yeah, we gotta wait for Bungie. Yuka's good times. I'm trying my best. I appreciate y'all being here and hanging out. Key's got look at Key. Key's got a donut. Key was very excited about the donut, and I agree. Bungie, thank you. There it is. Bungie, thank you for the follow. No more holding. Oh man, what's up, Bungie? How was the stream? How was your stream, man? Sub to Bungie Broccoli Day. Hey, I'm sure he deserves it. Follow crew represent. What games do I play? Man, I play all sorts. This past month I was on a kick of playing like the most obscure games in my collection that like I haven't beaten for some reason. Subnautica's fun, dude. Subnautica is so like, I have a fear of the deep ocean, so like I'm not gonna play it, but like it looks good. It looks real good. Made new friends, Broccoli. Yeah, Key did. That's true. Theo, so like anyway, I was on this really like random obscure looking to collab, so feel free to hit me up. Yeah, absolutely I will. I literally like, I've got all these 360 games up here, so I was like, let me find like the weirdest ones I can. So like we played through 007 Bloodstone, tried to play through Project Sylphied. That's a pooper. Did not enjoy that. Bungie also is cool. Not up for Terraria this eve, but I promise soon. Well, there you go. Hey, that's for Broccoli. That's not for me. Bill wants to make out with Tom Brady. I mean, you could ask him. 007 Bloodstone, haven't heard of that in ages. Yeah, man. Oh, dude, it was a pretty decent game. It's a pretty decent game, but like it was not good. I've owned that game eons and should learn it. Oh yeah, that one. It was a solid like 3 out of 5 experience. It was fine. It was completely fine, but it was not like top of the heap. Like, oh man, I got the hidden gem. Gotta recommend it for everyone. But then like we tried to play this game called Project Sylphied. It was like a space shooter. Exactly correct, person. It was just like, yeah, it exists. You can pull your cell phone out and like have Batman vision. Whatever. That's cool, I guess. It's not like amazing. It just kind of is. Project Sylphied it was so hard to play that game. I went back and watched, like I was playing it on normal. I was like, maybe I shouldn't be playing this on normal. Went back and watched someone play that game on easy for like a long play, and like they got stuck on the exact same mission I got. They died like 4 times. Yeah, Batman vision. It was legitimately like, like in Arkham Asylum and like Arkham City, where like you can see like everything and like you can see exactly where the enemies are. That's what you could do, but like with James Bond's cell phone, which was like pretty hysterical. Again, like I don't know why they decided to make the cell phone, and then he would walk around like holding a gun with his cell phone out here, being like, it was hysterical. Yeah, it was like, of course it was like a Sony Ericsson or something like that, some like obscure thing that no one actually would use, but marketing. So whatever. But it was funny. It was a good time. Yeah, track phone. I mean, Q's budget got limited, so they had to make some cuts. But yeah, it was pretty fun. I was gonna play Then we played this game called Puppeteer on the PS3. That game rules. Man, Puppeteer was so cool. And then I'm looking forward. I'm gonna be playing some Streets of Rage 4 coming up here pretty soon on Saturday with a friend of mine. That'll be really fun. Speaking of obscure games, I've been binging the X-Files and the Collector's Edition season boxes came with games. Whoa! Looked them up and tried to find anything. Couldn't find anything on them. Still trying to install them. Wow. The track phone with one button. It's essentially like one of those. Gosh, what are those things called? The jitterbugs. Those like phones for old people where it's like your doctor and your son and 911. That's it. Adrift is pretty good. Okay. I think I have Adrift on Steam, actually. You know, I can look. Nova Drift. Got it. Okay. I was like, oh, I think I have Adrift. Yes, Bill, exactly right. A boomer phone. A boomer phone. A boomer phone, exactly. I was saying I played Mom Needs That. Well, she can't. Yeah, she's got to access the Shazam application. Wow. Auto wrong doing its best. True. Person got to go. Start an episode. We'll be lurking. Absolutely. I appreciate you hanging out. You can drop a if you drop the what's it? Lurk? Yeah. I like that. I like that one a lot. I was proud of that one. I saw someone else do it. I was like, that's a good idea. I don't know. Maybe we'll do it. Oh, I set up the things wrong. I'm sorry. I appreciate the lurk, person. Appreciate the lurk. Thanks for hanging out. Oh man. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. What else do we play? If Capo were here, Capo will tell you how good that what's up, gamer? Yo, Sev, what's popping off, my dude? We're over here talking about like obscure games on the 360 and PS3 because we're weird like that, and that's what we've been playing. Expect a spooker under bed tonight. Yikes. Yikes. I'm popping off, I guess. Got some people hanging out. Obscure, the most obscure. We were talking about 007 Bloodstone on the 360, Puppeteer on the PS3, Project Sylphied on the 360. What were some other ones? Split Second. Consoles, Nova Drift. Oh. Nova Drift is a PC game that's very, very obscure and cool. Theo was talking about. So we got that one. Split Second. That's a great one. And what was the other one I was going to play? X-Men Origins Wolverine. Hold on. Stay with me. X-Men Origins Wolverine. The game is great. The movie, I don't know. Super Hot is pretty one of a kind. That's true. Very true. Split Second was a great game. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You got it. You got it right. Hold on. Ignore that. Does this count as obscure? That's not obscure. That one's not obscure. Interactive destructible environments. Yes. Yes. It's great. It's a blast. This game rules. This game is made by Disney. Are you kidding me? This game is made by Disney. Why would Disney make this game? What? But of course, everyone knows. Now I'll say this: everyone knows that the true experience, that movie, while flawed and off canon and full of plot holes and tropes, was an amazingly awesome movie. I'm not saying that it's not a fun movie, Theo. It is. Big rips to BlackRock. My goodness. Like them and like Pandemic got like absolutely no love ever, and it's a shame. I think that X-Men Origins Wolverine is a great game to just like chill with. To chill. It is hysterical. Oh, thank you. I like this shirt as well. This shirt is old. This shirt is old. Oh man. Very old. Jen, how are you? How's it going? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Here's now what I was gonna say. I remember playing Pure in the dentist's office avidly when I was doing monthly check-ins on my braces. Oh, you got to play games at the orthodontists? What? The shirt here. It says Nintendo 64. There you go. So that's it. You came in with Bungie. Oh, appreciate it, Jen. Appreciate you hanging out, being cool, raiding with Bungie. Bungie Broccoli's the man. Such a fantastic feeling. Closed course dirt bike ATV stunt course game. Do I have Pure? Doesn't help I can't see color. I gathered that as soon as I said so. As soon as I did that, I was like, wait, he said monochromatic, can't see color. He's not gonna be able to see any of this. My bad. I don't think I have Pure. Maybe I do. Whatever. The real OGs know this one though. This is the realness right here. Blur? Are you kidding me? This game? Look at that. Activision. When did they stop making games like this? When no one bought them. So I see. Well, no, I don't. But yes, also, yeah, I got you. Never played. Smooth Brain Sev. We have to play that game. You and I have to play that game specifically. That game is amazing. It is literally just Mario Kart, but with like a Ford Focus. Well, sorry, a Ford Mustang versus like an Audi. It is amazingly fun. Very, very good game. So weird and like still kind of expensive for some reason. Like it never really dropped below like $25, which is not, I mean, it's cheap, but like still very interesting. Very interesting stuff. Oh, I have a whole stack. I hope you don't mind me. I hope y'all don't mind me doing this. I have a whole stack of weird, obscure games. This one, Enslaved, Odyssey to the West. This is just amazing. Just amazing. So much fun. You remind me of an article from Warehouse 13. Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. I'm not sure where this is going, but I'll say thank you for now. Remind me of Artie. I can't read. See, the cool thing about me is I can't read. Apparently, chat settings. How to increase text size so I can read things. Goodness gracious. Set font size. More than what I had it at. So I can read what people say. Thank you. Artie from... Yeah, I did just put it to like 25 because I'm got terrible eyes. Artie Warehouse 13. I see the pixels. I see it as I see like the Matrix. I am one with the Matrix at this point. Who's this man's? Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. I appreciate it, Theo. I've heard nothing but good things about that game. Or about that show. Should I... Like a younger Artie. Okay. Thanks. Bill, we're just chatting, Bill. WMB. Leave me alone. You don't stay for the obscure games anyway, Bill. You pop in, you're like, this game stinks, then you leave. Don't even act like you don't. Figured I should clarify. Nah, it's fine. I'll take it. I'll take whatever I get. That guy was decently handsome. I appreciate it one way or the other. He doesn't look like a ghoul, so that, I'll take it. Gotta go warm up for the KQB tourney. Hey, enjoy, Sev. Enjoy. I appreciate you stopping by, bud. Catch you after if I'm around. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think we might be. It might be. The time, time zone difference and stuff. We'll see. But Sev, I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out. Bill says, I don't play video games. I just bully people online for fun. Cyberbully. Well, okay. Yeah, kinda. What, this one? Is it crooked? Well, my camera's crooked. Oh no, it's not. I dropped the game on it. Hold on. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things. I also like asking young kids on live where they live so they can scream. Okay, well, that's terrifying. I leave for like 5 months to write my notes. For like 5 minutes to write my notes for Court and Sev switches in. Yeah, that's bit. He's like he's kind of like he's like a ninja, you know. He just like pops in. He's like, "Hey, what's up? Bye," and then he's gone. But only when like you're not paying attention. So, did I fix it? I got it, Theo? Okay, good. Hey, the kid here is 12 and an absolute squeaker, and I would smack. Fair. Oh man. I have more obscure games. We can talk about those if you'd like. Here's what I found, by the way. As much as I like playing these obscure games, the reality is very few people like to watch me play them. So we were gonna have the entirety of January and February be like all obscure stuff, but I think for now we're going to kind of just try and bring them in slowly, kind of like I did this last year. So nobody on mic gets the screams right next to my ear. My hearing is good. Woof. That sounds not ideal. Not ideal key at all. Not ideal at all. So yeah. Jeez. They are just like screaming in your ear. Yikes. Who's the goat? Bill? Ah, Gronk. I'm sure people on Twitch know who Rob Gronkowski is. And also appreciate him. Meh. Key says meh. I kind of agree. Both about Goat Simulator and Gronkowski. Kind of about both. Goat Simulator is fun, but short bursts. Goat Simulator is amazing at first. I watched wrestling and Gronk was less than impressive when he showed up. Ooh. I did not see Gronk wrestle. It burns up fast. I agree. That's kind of the way I feel about like a lot of the joke games. You know what I mean? Hey Bill, if you're gonna cyberbully, can you not cyberbully people in my chat specifically? That'd be great. That'd be super cool. When has wrestling ever been cool? My goodness. Oh. Key will fight you. This is true. I've heard stories. Japanese wrestling is actually legitimately awesome. Yeah, straight up, it is no word of a lie, next level crazy and awesome. It is next level crazy and awesome. Also, like high flying wrestling, like WWE style. It is awesome, but like way cooler. It is amazing. Sumo is cool too, but for a very different reason. We got the beef, Wendy's. Yeah, luchadors are also very cool. For real, it is so brutal. It is just like amazing. I don't know what's happening other than like they're fighting and like they're doing stuff. They're doing stuff that like people could not even attempt to do. It is just amazing. In America specifically. Did I buy it? Nope, I didn't. I'm Po, so no, I did not either. Bill, you get on that? Or are you on the new silver train? So Po, I can't afford the last two letters. Just fast flying martial arts. Nobody's ever. Yeah, exactly right. Theo. You're on the code. You got it and you got better. Stop it, Bill. Stop lying. Stop trying to get sympathy from these people. They don't care. They don't care the fact that you like. This is not a pity party for Bill. Come on. So this was something that I wanted to talk about because I thought this would be an interesting thing. I played a lot of games last year. I beat 31 games last year, but I played even more. You don't good. Don't. I'm telling you right now, you don't need to. You do not need to. So as I was saying, played a lot of games last year. A lot of different stuff. And I have a small list of my favorite ones that I played last year. And I'm gonna talk about them. I'm gonna tell you about them. Lists. Give me my list. Profile. Lists. Click. Getting there. Everyone will get sick eventually. Yeah. Geez. Sorry about that, Key. Sorry about that, Key. That sucks. I know a lot of people who've had bad experiences with it. Luckily, Bill got it. WB got it, but it didn't affect them too bad, which was very fortunate. Very fortunate with that. Where is this list? Best games I played. Here it is. I feel bad for that. I am sorry about that, Key. That's really, really terrible. Anyway, best games I played last year. There's not a way for me to transition that. There's no way to transition that. So I just did it. I just went for it. Here's the best games I played last year. Ready? We're gonna go in reverse order. Warzone. I really, really, really enjoyed Warzone. I know it's a battle royale. I know it's free to play in Call of Duty, and there's a lot of bros and a lot of cheaters. But the short amount that I put into it, I really enjoyed it. It does a lot of stuff really well, and I think overall, like, keeping stuff is moving is fun. I enjoyed it until bots. So yeah, exactly. Like, I know that it's got a ton of flaws. I still really enjoyed like playing with like some friends of mine who don't normally play games. They got it, and we were able to play through some stuff, and it was a pretty good time. Definitely not like a perfect experience, but it was a better experience than I thought it would have actually been. If that makes sense. I like Warfare, also obscure. Warfare or Warface? Warframe. Warframe is also good. Yeah, speaking of Warframe, I asked people in my Discord about games that they are intimidated to play because of just like time commitments or other things, and like Warframe came up a lot. People were just like, it looks so cool, but like it's just so intimidating. It just looks so intimidating to like really get into it. And like I was sitting there going like, yeah, I would love to play that game. Your boyfriend plays it? That's awesome. I would love to play that game. It looks so cool, but like everything I've seen, it just looks so intense. Warframe doesn't have commitments. It's so grindy. There is a learning curve. That's what I've heard. And like, I still like, I'm just so compelled by like the way that the game looks and the way that it plays. Like I want to try and get like a group of people together to like learn how to play it together. But like, I don't know, all of my friends who would be interested in that kind of thing, they already play Destiny 2, and like, I'm not going to play Destiny 2 with them. Like, that's just real. I'm just not going to do that. The only thing I do in that game for my boyfriend is fish. I love the fishing games. That's fair. It's actually meant to play for moderate amounts. Okay, so I mean, like, is it supposed to be like it's not quite like a games as a service, like you have to play it and that's the only game you can play. It's more of a like, you can come in, do your thing, and then peace out for the day. Theo, is that what you're saying? Again, like I think that like the movement looks amazing. I love the gunplay. Most of the things I see about it, and like the different warframes themselves look really cool. But it just seems so overwhelming. But ask me how many hours in Skyrim I spent sneaking and farming. I'm gonna go with a lot. Yeah, the answer is a lot. Rhetorical, but the answer is a lot. Ask me how many hours I spent playing the entirety of like the Borderlands franchise, because that one's scary. Because I played the crap out of those games. Goodness gracious, a lot. True. You got it in one. No, not at all. Yes, exactly what I'm saying. I'll stream it for you someday. I have a bunch of friends. Okay, sweet. Addicts unite. That's a lot of gamers, honestly. It's a lot of people in the gaming world just like, oh yeah, I do my one thing and that's it. All right, that was the 7th best game I played last year. The 6th best game that I played last year. This one's controversial. Was Skater XL. I loved playing Skater XL. It was so good. Better and cheaper than crack. I don't know about cheaper. I don't think it's cheaper than crack. Probably better, but just barely. Just barely. Skater XL, 6th best game that I played last year. Just a blast. A very, 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 very fun skating system to me. That was a good time. I actually had someone come into my chat as I was like finishing up playing it. They're like, "Why did you pay money for this terrible game?" I'm like, "Ooh, I'm part of Twitch now. I'm actually part of Twitch now. Somebody came in and didn't like what I was playing. Yes. Bungy's back. Bungy, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm Frugal AF. I've played a ton, and WoW I haven't paid for half of it because I've had enough gold to buy tokens. Nice. Had enough gold to buy other people's games. Very nice. Warframe is technically free. Everything can be crafted with enough dedicated searching. I've heard that. Yeah, exactly, Theo. I've heard the same. I'm not interested in putting in like. I think that if a game is like legitimately good, I think putting in some money is worth it. Especially like, you know, if I've got a friend. No, not even a friend. My brother-in-law put in like 30 hours in that game and didn't spend a dime. He was like, this is just fun. Yes, exactly grinding and exactly. Only cosmetics are purchased. Warframe is funded pretty hard. I get that. I feel that. Never enjoyed Warframe too much, but that just might be me. I think that's a lot of people. I mean, like that's again, it's the thing of like what I find fascinating about Warframe is that Warframe honestly like kind of ate Destiny's lunch for a while in terms of being a really good free-to-play game that like, man, just does that like world building stuff almost on the same level, which is so cool. Who cares about that though if you can get a Prime? There you go. It's a charity platform, so it gets hefty donations surely. There you go. That makes sense. I mean, again, like I've always been compelled by it. I just have never been able to like pull the trigger. But, you know, Theo, if you're saying like we need to figure out some sort of collab, I mean, like you teaching me how this game works could be something we could make happen. We'll talk about that afterward though. So anyway, Skater XL. Where's the controller? Here's a controller. So the way Skater XL works, do y'all know what that is, by the way? I need to be taught first. Fair. We can learn. We can all learn. Learn together. Have y'all heard of Skater XL? Have y'all heard of this game? Yes, he does. He does do fundraisers. It's a very, very, very good cause for that one too. UNICEF for their COVID relief. It's the man. Never heard of it. Fair. So Skater XL it's supposed to be like a realistic skateboarding game. I wouldn't usually be that obnoxious except for legit fundraisers. I totally understand. Not a problem, Key. We all love Sev here. We all love Sev. So Skater XL is kind of like Skate. Like that's what they were going for, is like that more realistic skateboarding simulation. Not quite like a Tony Hawk's level of like just absurdity, but it's even more down to earth than Skate is. So the way that it works is your left stick controls your left foot, your right stick controls your right foot, which is crazy. And so if you think about it, you pull back on both of them and you let go, you do an ollie. If you pull back on both of them, let go, and then flick your left foot, you'll kick the board and do a kickflip. And that's the general concept of Skater XL. That's it. Is your two sticks control your feet, and you spin and stuff with the shoulder buttons, and overall it's really unique. But what's the best part about it, and I'll say this, it is borderline incomplete. I have survived all fighting games due to my master button mashing skills. Challenge accepted. Challenge accepted. Pick a fighting game and we can duke it out. I like myself some fighting games. I'm not great at them. I do think I can get past most button mashers at this point. What's up? I say that and then immediately like we'll play a game and like I'll get my butt beat. So like it's completely fine. I can't mash buttons at all. My finger's bad. I get that. I get that. You just smash with your face. Just do that. That works too. Just get your feet out. That could work. Get elbow, whatever. So Skater XL. I button mash until I figure out combos the hard way. There you go. Perfect. Keep mind in shape by crocheting. Exactly. Those tiny movements. I have to type all the time. It's crazy. It's crazy. Got that finger dexterity. Next level. So Skater XL, like I was saying, is like borderline incomplete, like with the amount of content that it has in it, but just the way that like the finding like a line and like trying to do a specific set of tricks on that line. I spent hours doing that stuff. It was crazy. I'll give him a follow because it's the second stream I've seen him in. Yeah, that's a good point. You should. I agree with that. And just like the ability to like, it is such a the Skater XL specifically is such a like. If you like skateboarding, it really fits. Like it really lines up with like the way that you're like the things you're trying to do match up with the real skateboarding. I'm not good at skateboarding, but I understand the concept. Spreading the anti-vibes. Follower number 35. What up? Let's go. I love that. I will say this. This is something that, like, speaking of Twitch, let's talk about Twitch for a second. I think that so few Twitch streamers realize that like Twitch by its like nature is not a zero-sum game, and the concept of like collaboration and helping each other like grow is beneficial to everyone. Because like if I grow, Theo grows. If Theo grows, I grow. If Sev grows, I grow. Make sense? All this stuff. Audi for meow. Holler if you need anything though. All right. Hey, Key, I appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate the sub. Appreciate you being great, being awesome, all that cool stuff. Very community. True. And like, I mean, even past like the concept of like community, just the concept of like Twitch is not a zero-sum game is like completely foreign to a lot of people. Like it's not like a job or something like that where like, you know, it can be a job, but it's not a job in the sense of like, if I have this promotion, you can't get the promotion. It is more of a, hey, if I'm growing, you can grow too because we've increased the pool. That's the ideal, right? That's the thing that we want to try and achieve is more stuff. Much community, many help, such collaborate. Bingo. Theo gets it. Theo gets it. I feel like Theo has heard this before and he doesn't want to hear it again. So it sounds like he's heard this one. But, you know, not having to worry about someone else's growth is beneficial. And it's easy to get in the mindset of like, well, I don't have to worry about the growth, but like I should still worry about the growth. Not really. We can all grow together. It's better that way. Then like you can try something, I can learn from it. I can try something, you can learn from it. Same thing. We can both try something and learn from it. It's all about learning and growing together. Even small growth is still growth. That's it. That's my soapbox. Fifth best game. Luigi's Mansion 3. Love that game. Got some great people hanging out because of that game. It was a blast. Solid combat. Just a hysterical like vibe going on with it. So good. I don't learn, I just know everything that I should learn. True. True. That makes sense. That's the first step, right? That's the first step. Just knowing like, hey, I don't know how to do this. I should probably learn how to do that. Like, as a good example, I didn't turn this light down. And I normally always do. Hello, light. Goodbye, light. There we go. Yeah. But like, that's a perfect example. Knowing I should learn and then I do. Exactly. Right. And like, there are so many people I've met who like, just like streaming is one thing, but like just kind of in general also, like they refuse to acknowledge that they don't know everything. And I don't get that mentality. You know what I mean? Because like I certainly don't know everything. I know a lot of stuff, but I certainly don't know everything. And if I walk around pretending like I know everything, then I'm going to meet somebody who actually does know what that thing is, and then they're not going to actually teach me what I need to know. Like, what's the benefit of that? Knowing that I can't do everything is super freeing, because then it lets me like give things to people who know what they're talking about. It's great. It's wonderful. Why would I not do that? I don't know. But some people, that's how some people live. And I guess, I guess they like that. Whatever. Theo, what kind of games do you play? I assume Warframe is something on your thing. I have neither Twitter nor Instagram. No problem. That's just Stream Elements being really, invasive and annoying and doing what I told it to. But, that's fine. It's fine. Theo, what kind of games do you play? What's your thing, that your favorite thing to play on stream? Tell me about it. I don't want that. Hold on. There we go. Because like I've said, I play a lot of random stuff, but like if you have a specific thing that you are playing consistently, would love to know. Play Super Hot, Risk of Rain, Red Dead 2 Online a lot, really. That's cool. I like that. What's been your favorite so far? What's been your favorite thing to play on stream specifically? I think Risk of Rain 2. I played that with some friends last year. That was a pretty good time. We were just kind of like talking about like video games in general. Sup, nerd? What's up, Dylan? What's up, Bean? Risk of Rain, because I get nuts. Nice. Very nice. What's going on, Bean? What's going on, Dylan? Where's that boy Stowe? Dylan, how was y'all stream? How's y'all stream being tired? Is that why y'all ended so early? Because he was being tired? Sad sick boy. Is he feeling better? I hope he's feeling better. Man, he seemed so sick the other day. It was crazy. Quite tired. I feel that. I understand that. Slowly but surely. That's good. Me and Thea are over here talking about like we're gonna learn how to play Warframe. You want to join us in playing Warframe? Because you're that Destiny 2 nerd. You and Stowe are like that Destiny 2 nerd, but like I've always been intrigued by Warframe. And Theo's making very compelling cases. You actually know how to play it. Theo, we found our guy. My goodness. Got into it for a month or two. That's fair. Did you end up putting any money into it, or did you just like enjoy it and like get your monies or get your like time in and be like, I'm done, I'm good, I'm over it? Sean is down. Nice. Didn't put money in, didn't need to. Also fair. Yeah, I mean, I was saying earlier that my brother-in-law played it for like 30 hours and like never put any money in or something like that. He was just having a blast with it. And I totally get that. Risk of Rain 2 updated recently, so it's fixed region, a couple of things like procs. Nice. That's another game I should play again. That's a great game. I got carried in it that one time. I still really enjoyed it. It's a crazy grind. I've heard that. Risk of Rain is amazing. I agree. Dylan, I was walking through. I love Galls with Hammers. Nice. Very nice. Dylan, I was talking through my my top games of last year. We were on number 5, which was Luigi's Mansion 3. The big L, Luigi's Mansion 3. Cat Paw's favorite game because of the ducks. Cat Paw's favorite duck game. We should play duck game with Cat Paw. That makes a lot of sense. Why haven't we done that? We're not smart people. Anyway, Goss's speed-oriented frame, speed and armor. Nice. What are hammers? Shields. Fair. Yeah, that is where the duck thing started, Bean. She just showed up and was like, "This game has ducks in it. I'm in." It was like these little rubber duckies. Theo, what are hammers? Or is that like just the weapon type? Melee weapons. Got it. Nice. V nice. I like that. I love how visceral that combat. Like for a free to play game, it blows my mind how good and like how consistent that combat is. Gar's Hammer specifically. Hold on, Theo. You're saying that you need to learn how to play the game first, and yet you know so much about this game. I'm so confused. You know so much about this game. How do you know so much about this game, but you haven't learned how to play it yet? I need to know. I'm confused. I am confused. I memorized everything. Fair. Got it. Now I understand. Now I get it. So you've just read these things. You've read them, seen other people do these things that are just kind of like picked up the habits and the ideas from what you've seen. That makes sense. So, Luigi's Mansion 3, number 5 game. And expire entirely constantly. I have played, but not efficiently. I get that. You learn trial by fire, right? That's what it is. I've done that before. My goodness. 5th game was Luigi's Mansion 3. 4th game, Dark Souls Remastered. I did not understand experiment. I see. You experiment constantly, not die constantly. Just try stuff out. Maybe both. Who knows? I'm not ashamed to admit that I did not. Speaking of not fully grasping stuff the first time through, I did not get Dark Souls for a long time, and it's like it is exactly my kind of game. And I just like the first time I played it, I was like, I don't get it. I don't think I get it. Because reasons. I don't have a real good reason as to why that I can remember, but it just it just didn't grab me. And the remaster came out in I guess a couple years ago, and I got it, and I actually sat down and took a weekend to get the game, understand it, and it hooked me. It just hooked me. I was like, oh, now I get it. Now I understand. I'm in. No problems anymore. Fully understand. And it is so good. It is so good. I've had this discussion with a lot of people. There's a streamer I watch named Mr. Grizz who's going through all the Dark Souls games, and he started with Dark Souls 3 and then went back to Dark Souls Remastered, and he was like, wow, this game seems real slow. I think that the first one is the best in the series, at least in terms of its level design and the thing it's going for. It is so good. It is so good. And 3 is also really good. I mean, they're all, except for 2, are really good. 2 is just kind of okay. But man, I really got into it last year, and Dark Souls Remastered quickly became like one of my favorites. It's just so good. Number three, Ori and the Blind Forest. Ori and the Blind Forest is such a good game. That was like one of the, I think it was like the third or fourth game that I played on stream last year. Again, I've just had it forever and like have never gone through it. And like enough people finally were like, stop being a crazy person. Please play this game. You'll love it. And yep, they were right. I played it and I loved it. That game is amazing. It's got some pretty sharp difficulty spikes, and I didn't fully like explore the whole thing while on stream, like the whole world. But just like the normal progression through the game was enough for me to be like, wow, this is like probably one of the best games I've ever played. Like it is a 5-star easy recommendation. It is a game everyone should experience. It is so good. It is so good. And then number 2 is Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, because I am nothing if not a nostalgic dum-dum, and I loved that remake. I loved that remake. I almost beat the entire, like, both campaigns on stream, almost. So close. I ended up doing it the next day, but like, man, I remembered where like all the stuff was, all the combos were the same, the way that it flowed was great. It took all the good stuff from the newer games and got rid of some of the like dumb stuff. It was exactly what I thought that like a new Tony Hawk should be. It was perfect. I hope they keep going with it. I hope they do. I'm not sure if they will, but we'll see. We will see. And then my favorite game last year was Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2 remake was, oh, what a great game. Like, just absolutely fantastic. Just absolutely fantastic. Every single piece worked for me. Every single piece worked for me. I don't know why specifically. Like off the top of my head, I think it was a combination of the pacing I thought was perfect. The combat was like good enough, because you don't want to have like fantastic combat in a game where you're trying to be like you're being scared all the time. And then like certain moments were just so they just stick with me of like, oh wow, the first time you see Mr. X and like going into the sewers and like trying to fight through that the first time. All these different pieces just worked together flawlessly. So that was my favorite game last year. So as you can see, I play a lot of different stuff. Anyway. So I've shared some of my goals this stream with y'all. What are if y'all have any that you're willing to share? I would love to just kind of like chat with you about those, and like we can figure them out. If you don't have any, if you want to figure out how best to do that, that's kind of the point of these things, is to kind of just like get an idea of like, hey, here's what I'm doing. Here's some things I'm trying to do. What about y'all? What's up? And again, learning and growing together. This is how we learn and grow together. We learn how to be good at setting those small, like having a long-term goal, but setting those small goals to get to that long-term goal. So like I've shared mine already. I'll bring them up again so you can see them. Beep. One of my goals this month is to set up and do a collab on stream with someone new. I love it. These are mine, by the way. These are mine. Great. How are you gonna do that? How are you gonna do that? And I know we've already talked about this, but for the sake of the stream, what is your first step with that? What is your first step with that to make that long-term goal happen? Oh, I need new. I need more water. Oh gosh. Find people that Sean and I like and can vibe with. True. Exactly. I mean, that's exactly right. Like the first step is like, if you're going to collab with someone, you got to vibe with someone, right? So if you don't have someone in mind, then you're like, oh, I'm just kind of spinning my wheels. What is superhydrate? Let me verify that's the right one. You mean hyperhydrate? Hyperhydrate is I drink my entire bottle of water in one sitting. Like the whole thing. But speaking of, I need more water, actually. I need to get some more water. Hold on a second. It's very dry in here. Got it. Be careful doing it? What do you mean? Be careful of the hyperhydrate? Por qué? What is to fear? Oh my goodness. It's so good. It's so good. So, blood cell lysing. If I did, oh yeah, I see what you're saying. The good news is for that one, it can only be redeemed once per stream. And since I'm only streaming twice a week, I don't think me drinking 16 ounces of water 2 days a week is going to affect me that much. I appreciate the concern, though. I appreciate the concern. Dylan, once you have found people that you can collab with, what is your step after that? Also, 1% too much water and you become water. True. You know, that, yes. True, Theo. True. I did think about that one though, actually, because like I have a friend who didn't have a start interacting and engaging with said person. True. Bingo. And then you just ask them. We've already talked about this. You already know. Whether it's through stream or Discord or whatever. True. Yes. Exactly. Anyway, so Theo, I have a friend who had like a super hyperhydrate thing, but he didn't have a limit on it, and so people would just save up a bunch of points and then like redeem like 3 of them in a row. So he'd have to drink like 3 full bottles of water, and then he'd have to pee for like, I don't know, an hour or something like that. It was insane. So I saw that and I was like, well, I don't want that. So I limited it to 1 per stream. And I have had multiple people try and redeem 2 at once. It won't even let them. It's wonderful. Like I said, sake of the stream. Well, I appreciate that. Dylan, you'll like this. We were talking about reading earlier and why reading is important. For the same reasons why I've already told you why reading is important. We don't have to go through that one again. Yeah, I know. Your favorite topic. Advertising collaboration availability is essential. I think so. Yeah, I think that can be true. You're still reeling from that just because of all the information, still processing it all. Theo, I think you're right. I think the trick with being available, like advertising your collaboration availability, is you have to do it in a way that presents, well, you have to do it in a way that's kind of smart. You know what I mean? So as a, for instance, like, y'all popping in here and saying like, hey, I am available for collaboration. Oh, great. I appreciate that. That's cool. 90% of effective advertising is through raids. I would say that an effective raid, I would say that an effective raid can have that desired outcome. I don't know if it's I wouldn't go as far as to say 90% of effective advertising is through raids. I would say that a good raid can be beneficial, and I think using raids in a way, in that way, can be helpful and can be beneficial. But I think it can also be, if done incorrectly, can set it up almost for like a little bit of a level of like desperation of like, well, I have to do this, which is fine. I think that like there's a little bit of what am I trying to say? Raid someone new every night and you'll see the turnaround I'm talking about. All right, fair enough. I think maybe even like interacting with the people first has almost not more of an impact, but like simply rating someone for the sake of rating them, I don't think shows anything other than like, hey, we're on the same level of like viewership, or hey, I've recognized you as someone that I want to bring my viewers to because I vibe with you. I think more importantly is establishing some sort of level of connection, regardless of how that is. It can be through a raid, but I think establishing that level of communication and then reaching out through that and understanding like, hey, we're on the same page, we should do something together. And I mean, again, I think that rating certainly gets that thing done, but I don't think I would not say that 90% of raids are 90% of marketing is because of just raids specifically. See what you're talking about. Make sure the raid target is 1, open to it, 2, good. Yeah, exactly. And I don't even think you necessarily need to do that with a raid. I think you can just do it. I think you can just like go up like after they're like, if they're not live, follow them on Twitter or something like that and say like, hey, we should collab. Because the worst case scenario is they say no, right? Like they're not going to be like, ugh, this guy. The worst case scenario is just like, no, like I'm good. And you're like, okay, no problem. And then you're like, got it. Does that make sense? Because like I think but no is scary. Well, if no is scary, then I don't know what to tell you. Red button, worst case. I just opened the glass lid. No. I mean, yeah, but again, like, I guess. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're basically saying like, hey, I see what you're saying, Theo. You're like, yeah, you're basically like you're putting yourself out there for a risk, but the risk, honestly, the risk is minimal. The risk of collaborating with someone else. The worst case scenario is that they can tell you no. That's it. I mean, like legitimately, if you reach out to someone and all they say is, and if you reach out to someone and they like completely like blow up on you, well, good news, you probably don't want to collaborate with them anyway. But if you reach out to someone that you have already like checked out, and like worst case, I mean, legitimately the worst case scenario in that situation would they just be like, no, I'm good, thank you, no problem, like I'm good. And then you're like, okay, fine. But Dylan jokes about no being a scary word, but like, I mean, legitimately it is for a lot of people. It is for you. Lucky for you, I'm monochromatic and I don't know where the red button is. Boom. I hit the green button, which means yes. Dang it. Just kidding. I think Dylan actually like kind of hit on a pretty big point there, though, of like no is scary for a lot of people, and like the reality is The reality is you are responsible. I've said this. Dylan knows I've said this. You're responsible for every single one of your viewers. If you cannot bring people onto your stream, if you cannot engage with people enough for them to want to come to your stream in some capacity, either through a raid or through just showing up or through Twitter or whatever, if you can't build that group up, that's on you. That's like no one else is responsible for that level of engagement but you, which is cool. It's a good thing and it's a scary thing. You know what I mean? So like it's great in that like you have full control over it, but it's scary in like you have full control over it. But again, like, you know, worst case scenario is they say no. Cat Paw is here. Hello, Cat Paw. How are you? Are you just done from work? Did you just get done from work? Hello, all. I'm so happy Cat Paw's here. Still at work. Big yikes. Big yikes. How's your day been? What's new? Theo and Dylan are give me some real good. We're talking about some real good stuff with Twitch. It's been real fun. It's been real fun. Today was rough. Oh no. Oh no, Cat Paw. No buenos. Why? What happened? People calling in, not coming back. Snow, big snow all the time. Yes and all. Worse. Uh-oh. I don't like that. I don't like that. Shake the Box is a very good channel for advertising help. They help me so much. Also very good people. That's awesome. Is that a YouTube channel, Theo? Or is that a Twitch channel? YouTube or Twitch? I'll definitely look that up though. Let me type that so I don't forget. Shake the Box. Both technically? Fair. Theo, what do you here's a deep question for you, Theo. What do you think is the biggest hurdle that new streamers face on Twitch right now? The biggest thing in their way. Dylan, you can answer as well. Anyone really, I don't really care. Someone. Question for chat. I have opinions, but I want to hear y'all's. Twitch's interface. Ooh, themselves. Dylan went meta with it. Wow. Xbox is extremely limited. True. Are you streaming through Xbox, Theo? Yes, themselves. By Dylan, by themselves, do you mean the Twitch streamer itself? Nice, Theo. So, yesterday someone didn't show up and no one paid attention. Okay. This was in the online order department. The other girl in that department told no one. The computer and phones weren't locked up and 2 transactions weren't processed. Oh no. I had to do 13 express orders today. You walked a lot. Yikes. Yikes, Cat Paw. Not fun. The Twitch user themselves. What do you mean by that specifically, Dylan? I think that's kind of like a cop-out answer. I mean, like, I don't think you're wrong, but like, yeah. What specifically? Like, don't just say like, you have to become one with yourself before you can be a better streamer. Mental health. Is it mental health for you, Cat Paw? Or just mental health for Twitch streamers in general? Or both? I assume a little bit of both. For Twitch streamers. True. I think that's a big one for sure. I'm gonna take a little bit of all those. Streamer self-confidence is the worst thing to do is to pay attention to the viewer numbers. Yes. Agreed. Theo. Yes. Exactly right. That is my that was going to be my example. Numbers mean something, but numbers are not the most important thing right now for a lot of Twitch streamers. I think a lot of Twitch streamers have this like big obsession. Exactly right. Do it for fun and for community. Exactly right. Cat Paul and Dylan can tell you like the whole reason. I mean, it's kind of what you said where you were responsible for your viewers. True. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But I think specifically what I was trying to get at was you have to like the biggest hurdle for most Twitch streamers is what Theo said of like focusing on numbers before they focus on their content. I think the biggest hurdle is for people to focus on their numbers before they focus on their content. If you focus on your numbers, you will never grow. If you focus on your content, those numbers will come behind you. Period. There is like that is been proven to work time and time again. Look at all of the big streamers. They all have fantastic content. I agree. Looking at the viewer numbers is not very helpful. I agree. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think you need to keep perspective on like, are you growing? I think again, like that is super important. If you are not growing, you need to know that you're not actually like the stuff you're doing is not working. But I do think you need to like in the middle of it, check to see exactly that. Theo's got it correctly down or exactly right. Watch numbers only to see if the stream is working on the technical side. Right. Like I have my dashboard pulled up over here, and all I'm looking at is chat, the community point stuff, and the bit rate, just to make sure that it's consistent. That's it. That's all you need to look at. And if I were playing a game, I would usually have like the PC monitoring stuff up so I could see, you know, if my computer's overheating or something like that. It shouldn't be, but you get my point. I think the biggest thing, number one, and again, I think Dylan and Cat Paul can echo this a little bit. One of the main things with this channel specifically is like I'm trying to grow a community of people who are trying to who wants to help each other grow together. Honestly, that's the whole thing. And I'm here for fun first. I'm here for fun and for the people. That's it. And all I'm trying to do is build good content. And I think Dylan is doing the same thing. Cat Paul is working on doing the same thing. Theo, sounds like you're doing the same thing. That's fantastic. Your channel is not a representation of self-worth. True. Preach. My goodness. Theo's bringing the hot heat right now. Look at him. Man. Ducks are a representation of self-worth. Yes. This is true. If you are not a duck, or if you don't own a duck, what really are you doing with your life? Oh, man. Honestly, I think we've got our content pretty much nailed down. We're focusing on the community building now. Yeah, I agree, Dylan. 100%. I think, like you were saying, like the next steps are getting out there, getting in front of more people to see what y'all are doing. That's it. Obviously, it's something that grows over the time, but you know what I mean. If you have less than 12% ducks, you are failing. Super off topic, but ducks reminded me of a new maple syrup. Why, Cat Paul? Why did that? That's fine, Theo. But hey, Cat Paul, but why? Why did ducks remind you of maple syrup and maple cereal? I don't understand. That makes there's literally no connection there though, Cat Paul. Like, what are you talking about? Cat Paul, what? Like, I'm so lost. Ducks, maple cereal. Maple syrup is Canada's obsession. I'm Canadian. Oh. Look, if that's the journey that you took to get there, more power to you. Fair. I understand now. Yes, exactly. I was about to say, I feel like maybe Cat Paul is also a tired Cat Paul. which I fully understand and I'm sorry for. Yuke, your reading is actually spot on, but you have the curse of predictive reading. What am I doing? Bill's back. Bill's back. Tell me what this curse is, Theo. What is this curse of predictive reading? I want to know. Oh, Cat Paw. My one of my favorite games last year was I think it was like my fifth dang it, what's it called? Fifth favorite game last year was Luigi's Mansion 3. As I read, my brain tries to guess the next. That is true. That is true. Yes, that comes from. That is a downside of reading a lot. Honestly, is that just happens. Duck Mansion 3. It's stronger than my lateral eyesight. Probably true. Probably true. And it's tough because like in a book, everything's edited super well, and like y'all don't edit yourselves for obvious reasons. And so I'm thinking like reading it being like, yeah, this is going to be an actual sentence. And like, it's not a sentence. I have a recursive predictive reading and forgetting to say words. Theo, I think you're right though. I think you're right. Autocorrect does F you over. That's true. Auto wrong. I see what you did there. Go drink some Tim's. Mr. Horton's got you. Hey, I'll tell you right now, Cat Paul. I'll tell you right now, if you can give me some Timbits. Give you jitters or cause you to crash. Yeah, don't. Not at. Wait, you're 2 hours behind? Are you 2 hours behind, Cat Paul? Never once have had an efficient autocorrect. I immediately understood what you meant. Not all Timbits are created equal. I believe that. 2 hours, yeah. Yeah, I don't think having coffee at like almost 8 o'clock is going to be a great solution. I generally speaking, just like take whatever Bill says and like ignore it while on stream. Just saying. I would like supper. Are we going sidekicks again, or we got like a whole like smorgasbord? What's happening? And Advil. I think you just need to have like a constant drip feed of Advil and like any kind of like headache medication just directly into your veins at all time based on your job. Chicken burgers and pizza bites. The stuff of legends. You bet wrong, Dylan. You bet wrong. Chicken burgers and pizza bites is such an awesome combo, though. Hold on. That's such a cool combo. Man, an Advil drip. I'm just going to get you like an Advil patch. You know, like the smokers patches. Just be like, bam, right here. It's the best combo. That is like, genuinely, I'm like really into that combo. That is so cool to me. So cool to me. Like, what are you eating? Oh, this is a chicken burger. What's that? Oh, those pizza bites. What's awful? Tell me what's awful, Dylan. Don't say that pizza bites and chicken burgers are awful because you're wrong. Okay? And I will fight you about it in real life. I'll find you. And we'll fight about chicken nuggets or chicken burgers and pizza bites. Chicken nuggets are basically just like pizza bites but chicken. Let's be real. The Advil patch? No, Advil patch good. Make your brain no hurty. It make your brain no hurty no mo. You put it on, all good things, all good times, all feel fine, no problem, no sad, everything good. Woof. Woof. Y'all, I cannot express to you how dry this, like, I know it's dry outside because of like winter and stuff, but like it feels like the Arctic in terms of dryness in here. It's insane. My shoulder and neck is messed up. I would love an Advil patch. Just get like a spinal block at that point. Advil's only for your head. All the other stuff is you gotta just like power through it. You gotta just power through it. Just kidding, don't do that. Like rest. All right, here's the big question. Ready, everyone? Big question. Have to get my muscles put back into place? Fair. Big question for everyone. Big question. Slanket or Snuggie? Slanket or Snuggie? What do y'all do? What's the one to go with? Do you get a massage all the time, Catball? Do you get like go to the chiropractor and like get stuff like put back in? Neither. Heated blanket. I mean, yeah, but heated blanket's a given, but like, you know, Slanket or Snuggie? Yeah, Slanket. I don't know Slankets? Hold on. Yeah, Slankets. That's a Slanket. That's a Slanket. This is a Slanket. Haven't went to one in like 3 or 4 years. Then I'm in pain for 5 days. But I'm good for like another 6 months. Nice. It's a Slanket and this is a Snuggie. So, you know, like very different. Yeah, exactly. Do you use Slanket or a Slanket or a Snuggie? Come on. Easy. Neither. Suffer. Theo's got the right idea. Theo's bringing that hot heat. I love it. Is Bill gonna hear that though? Slanket because big. Okay. Fair. What about these? What about one of these though? Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. What about these? Look at this. The toes? Well, with this one, you can like curl up in it because it's enormous. It's freaking 42 inches. Woof. Now that person looks very comfortable. Yeah, it's an oversized jacket that you can like tuck your knees in and like pull it over top. You know? Play. Come on. Come on. Yeah, it's a giant hoodie. Come on, show me the thing. The blanket you can wear. Yeah. All right, this has entered the ring. Slanket, Snuggie, or the Comfy? What do we got? Which one? Pick one. I'm going with the Comfy because I can get it in a zebra print or a cheetah. Nothing, go nude. Perfect. That is also an acceptable answer. Heated blanket. Capall is just like, I don't care as long as there's a heated blanket. What about a heated Slanket? Slanket because big. Heated Comfy. You blew my mind. Blew my mind, Theo. Goodness gracious. Portal heater. I assume you meant portable, but I'm going to say portal because a portal heater sounds way crazier. No, can't take it back. It's now a portal heater. Like the game with GLaDOS. But except instead of it being a dimension to different portals, it's a dimension to different heating elements. You just shoot one here and then shoot one there, and then you have double heat. Bingo. You have a heater in your office? Nice. We need Portal 2. We need Portal 7. We need Portal like 3, 4, 5. We've already got the Portal 2, so we need like all the other portals. Just continue with Portal 3, please. All I want is Portal 3. Look. I'm a simple man. I'm a simple man. Dylan, Catpaw, Theo, at this point, I think you understand. I'm a simple guy. All I want, Half-Life 3, Portal 3, Left 4 Dead 3. That's all I want. That's it. Give me those things. And they ask how many sequels. Yeah. But how many? Yes. We've got Kingdom Hearts 3. We don't need that, Catball. We didn't need that one anyway. Spore 2. Hey, it's me, Will Wright. This is my game, Spore. It's terrible. But now Spore 2. I do not need Kingdom Hearts 3. That is incorrect. No one needs Kingdom Hearts 3. That is the most nonsense story of all time. Kingdom Hearts 2 or bust. Kingdom Hearts 2 or bust. Got him. I hear your Portal 3 enraged you more time to play games. No, I don't accept that deal, Dylan. I want Portal 3. Insanity is Pog. I love the story, although some stuff because it doesn't make any sense, Catball. I'm gonna post it in that is what I want. An extra hour every day. Perfect. I like that. Yes. I'll take that. If that's what you're talking about, Dylan, then I'll take that. But Theo said it better. So I go with what Theo said. You don't patronize me, Dylan. Extra hour of sleep. Bingo, bango, bongo. Dylan's favorite phrase that I say sometimes. Only when he's here. I'm going to post in Discord a literal link to somebody explaining how Kingdom Hearts 3 and the story of Kingdom Hearts makes no sense. Because it makes no sense. And I love the gameplay is fantastic. But I can't get past the fact that like Xehanort is like a previous version of himself, went backwards into the time, and it just makes no sense. It doesn't make sense in Kingdom Hearts though, Catball. It doesn't make sense at all. It's from Unraveled. It's an Unraveled video, Dylan. It doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't make it makes literally zero sense. At like none. Literally none. It's insanity. The overarching story of Final Fantasy makes more sense than the entire overarching story of Kingdom Hearts. I hate to say this, but it does make sense in Dylan. I'm so disappointed. Another hurdle. Are we back on the Twitch? We're back on Twitch stuff, Theo? Is that what we're talking about? Streamers have a high startup cost? I disagree. I think they do. Just all that. That's fair. you should be disappointed in yourself for thinking that. What so Theo, before I get into that specifically, why you need a PC? Do you need a PC? As long as the viewers can hear you, Dylan, y'all can go make your own Kingdom Hearts channel in the Discord and like just talk to your heart's content about Kingdom Hearts. Theo, I would make the argument that you don't need a PC. I think a PC is helpful, but I don't think you need one. The reason I say that is because, again, it all comes down to content. And as a perfect example, I've met a couple people who stream using like the eye camera thing off of a PS4, and like they grow faster than I do because they are able to build a community better and they're able to make better content. And like it should be to me it's eye-opening of like, okay, well, like I focus a lot on like production quality and like making sure y'all can see me well, like that I'm lit well, and how I sound and stuff like that for the games I want to play. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, if there's a specific game that you want to play, I would agree that like it depends on what you're able to do. But like, again, these people that I've met, like they have incredible followings off of a PS4, and like the game audio comes into the microphone and goes back out and then into the mic. Like it creates this crazy feedback thing, and I don't fully grasp how they're growing so fast, but like they are, and I'm I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I think there's a minimum level of equipment cost that you need to be like, how do I say this? Like you can't, you're going to start seeing diminishing returns, if that makes sense. And I would say like there's a system to follow for optimal stream. Depends on like what you mean by optimal. Like if you mean like you can hear yourself, or you can see yourself and you don't sound like garbage. Yes, I agree. The big thing to me is so long as you don't sound like garbage. Like legitimately, you know, if you make amazing content and you don't sound terrible, I'm in. If you struggle with like audio stuff, a simple like a USB microphone is really all you need at this point. Or a USB mic and a laptop. Cost also includes time. I agree with that. That I will always agree with. I 100% agree with that. My goodness. I think so many people forget how much time they need to put into things, or could put into things. I also think that there are some people who put way too much time into something for not a lot of cost. Also, Swank beard. Are you talking about mine? It's kind of patchy. I appreciate that though. You do need a beard. That is true. If you're gonna be on camera, you kind of need to have one. That's how it goes. Right, Dylan? I can't wait to show people our convoluted audio setup. Your audio setup is pretty complicated, and I know because I basically built it for you. It is complicated. Streamers are required to have a beard, including girls. Okay, yeah, there you go. Cat Paul? Sorry, I don't make the rules. That Theo said so. So, look, I mean, you just get you a marker. Get in there. Boom. No, he's saying that streamers, streamers are required to beard. I understood. I know what he said. I saw it. My reading fast didn't. It's what he meant. I intuit. Back me up here, Theo. Did you mean no? All streamers are required to have a beard. That. Boom. Got him. No. No. That's funny. Y'all are top 10 crazy to me. I love it. legitimately, I'm gonna gush for a second about y'all a little bit. My favorite thing about streaming legitimately is like the community of people who are just like next level insane. It makes me happy on like a level that y'all do not understand. It is so fun. It is so fun to just like relatively consistently come on here and know like there's at least gonna be like one or two people who are just like next level crazy, and we're gonna have a blast. Just gonna have a blast. That's my favorite thing. That's it. That's it. That's true. You do be insane. My favorite is also when people like Yasir are like, bro, don't leave. And he pops in at like 11 as I'm like ending streams, like, don't leave yet. I just showed up. I'm like, I can't help that you work out at like 10 p.m., homie. Come on, bro. Cracks me up. Cracks me up. Another part is the community supports you as much as you do them. Yes, exactly. You have to give people a reason to be a part of your community. If you don't give people a reason to be a part of your community, they won't actually participate. They won't actually participate. And then you're like, oh well, there's like, you know, I've been in several Discords where it's a bunch of people who are like, you know, where Stowe is probably sleeping. Probably sleeping. He's been sick. Nasty behavior begets nasty behavior. True. I've been in several Discords where like there's just a bunch of like there's a bunch of people in the Discord, but like no one really talks. It's really awkward. I much prefer people being like wild to a degree. And then being wild on stream and just making me laugh. It's genuinely the best. It makes me it fills me with such joy. It's so good. It's so good. Fine. Yes, exactly like duck memes. Exactly. Like the entire fact that like the whole fact, Catball, that when we started this tiny Discord that I'm running, the tiniest of Discords, that now there is a channel specifically dedicated to duck memes, because of inside jokes based on Luigi's Mansion 3 is so good. So good. I want to see 400 notifications in Discord. I have almost every Discord channel that I'm a part of muted except for specific channels, like specific text channels, and mine. That's it. Everything else is muted. Well, and I receive notifications for like at everyone. So if someone makes an announcement, I get notified of it. If that makes sense. So I want to know. I want to know about like, hey, you know, if someone's going live, or if someone's like, hey, you know, I've had several people be like, hey, I'm going to take a break from streaming. Let me know what's up, whatever. And like, yeah, I can read. That's an opportunity for me to reach out and be like, yo, what's up? Tell me about it. Let's go. Let's talk about it. So it's been good. What did Holden say? Oh, Holden. Oh, Holden. Another massive factor is community interactivity. But is that like? But again, like if we're talking about specifically like the thing holding people back, I don't know if community interactivity is the thing holding people back to begin with. I think that like for stuff holding people back, the biggest thing is them thinking like they don't have enough time, them thinking they don't have enough equipment, them thinking they don't have enough content, and like the reality is they're responsible for all of those things. Oh, holding back channel growth. I see. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like it's the whole thing is like if you don't engage with your community, like your community won't grow. And if you don't have things to offer your community won't grow. So a lot of things. Yeah, well, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about either, Cat Paul. I don't know what he's talking about either. I saw that. I was like, what? What? Oh, well. Oh, well. By the way, Theo, if you want to join that Discord, you've got the link right there. You're not going to be able to see anything until you verify. I've set that up to prevent bots from like invading. But we've got a bunch of channels in there. Well, not a bunch. Small. It's a small group, but it's fun. It's fun. We're just chill. We're scrappy, you know. That's how I describe us. Scrappy. Right, Cat Paw? Right, Dylan? Something like that? I don't know. Whatever. We're something. I know that much. We're definitely something. You think you're going to try and read this month? Hey! What you going to read? What'd you pick up? Give it a shot at least? I think that's a great idea. I think if you go with The Martian, I think you're going to love it. I think if you go with The Martian, you're going to love it. Legitimately. It's really fun. It's a really good book. Highly recommend it. Boom. Called it. Called it. Oh, no problem. No problem, Theo. I was just letting you know if you need to self-verify if you get in there to prevent people from like, missed everything. That's fair. No problem. Yeah. I saw that you saw it. I've had to explain that to people, like friends of mine who aren't like big Discord people but want to support anyway. They're like, so what do I do? I'm like, click the check mark. That's it. It's really easy. I haven't read a storybook in a while. Last book I read was about parasites. All right. What kind of parasites? Was it a zombie book? I really don't like reading, but you keep telling me to. I'm telling you, man, leaders read. Leaders read. If you want to lead a community, you have to read. You don't have to read a lot. You just have to read something. You will stimulate your brain and your creative muscles in a way that is completely different than you ever have. You gotta read. You gotta read. I will never relent on that one. You gotta read. Was it the girl with all the gifts? Was it the girl with all the gifts? Honestly, I hope it does. I hope it does because I'm a bad community leader. Culture is Pog. Yeah, it's all fine. Exactly, Theo. Exactly. Catpaw, did you read The Girl with All the Gifts? Was it about this this little girl who's a zombie because of this fungus called Aviocordyceps? Dang it. That's a good book. That's also a good book. That book is heavy though. That book is heavy. Basically, like the entire Earth gets like destroyed in this zombie plague that's very similar to like, oh, is it a real book about parasites? Pass. Nope. No. Good game too. The Last of Us? Yeah, Last of Us was a great game. Last of Us was also heavy. Yeah, that's Dylan, that's the kind of thing where I'm like, if you think that's what I'm talking about with reading, that's not really what I mean. I mean like stories. There's other like, self-helpy kind of like, learning book things, but yeah, I'm very, very good without those. Like the one that freaks me out more than anything, if you want to get freaked out, look up Aviocordyceps. Is that it? It is not fun. Aviocordyceps. Yep, the ant control fungus. Exactly that. It is no bueno. Aviocordyceps. It is bleh. Because there's theoretically nothing stopping it from like taking over a larger organism. It just hasn't. That's it. Yeah. Too spooky for me. It legitimately, like, the only thing that's like, they don't know what's stopping it from doing it. They're just like, it just chooses not to. I guess immune systems. I guess that's true. I think I've read several things where scientists have said like there's not, but I'm not talking about like specific like us. I'm talking more about like small mammals like rodents. Like, yes, they have immune systems that are more advanced than like insects, but like, I don't know. They've said like theoretically, what we know of this organism, it could technically attempt to do those things and also like mutate itself to fight off like white blood cells, but it doesn't. So, bleh. True, they do. They do. Very, 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 very crazy. I'm like, I'm good without that in my life. I'm very good without that in my life. Anyway, that book, the girl with all the gifts, is about that specifically, which is cool. Which is cool. Like, and it turns into like a weird zombie thing. You need me to do you a favor? What's up? What's up, Cat Paw? I hear favor. Saw the word favor. What can I do for you? Tell Connor not to mess up in the cash office. Connor, don't mess up in the cash office. Connor, don't mess up in the cash office. There you go. Is that good? Did you record that or are you going to send it to him? That's weird. Don't do it, Connor. Don't. Hey, Connor. Connor. Calm it down, Connor. Oh. Fair. Fair. Oh, man. Y'all, I've had a good stream. I hope y'all have had a good stream. Thinking about wrapping this whole stuff up. The whole community is watching you, Connor. Connor, don't you dare screw up. Connor, I'm telling you right now. Connor, I swear, do not mess this up for Cat Paw. Do you hear me? Look at me right here, right in the eyes. Do you see this? Don't you do it. We all see you. All of us. Don't screw it up. There. Now he won't. Now he won't. He won't do it. Anyway, as I was saying, I've had a good stream. I hope you all have had a good stream. I'm thinking about ending here in a couple minutes here. About 10 minutes. But the power of streamers. Strong community compels people to do things. That sounds very culty. It's a little bit like a cult. We're not a cult. But we could be. We're not. We're not, though. Can you suggest a raid target? I'm not a cult. You can't prove anything. No. Not a cult. Not a cult. So Theo, I was gonna raid my buddies over at Woofer Gaming. But I will keep that in a strawberry waffle. Let me check them out. I'll write that one down too. Check them out too. Check her out. Okay, cool. Art and stuff. Oh. Crafts. Oh, cool. Very cool. Hello, Clunky. How are you? What's new? Everyone say hello to Clunky Mechanics. Clunky Mechanics is the mastermind behind the book game club thing. Yes. And she's great. She's great. That's all I'm saying. And she said y'all. Like all of us in the South. That is basically me and Dylan. That's it. How are you? What's been going on? Not always, just sometimes she also plays games. Cool. What kind of stuff does she play, Theo? What kind of stuff does she play? Clunky, how is Streets of Rage 4 treating you? How are you enjoying it? Me and Alexi have already decided we're probably gonna stream on Saturday. Gonna stream Saturday at like 10 a.m. my time, so that he's not like up for the entire night. Because being in Paris and all, I don't really want him to have to stay up until like 3 a.m. Yeah, we're gonna stream it. I'm thrilled about it. I was playing it. I legitimately, Clunky, I was playing it last night, and I was like, I'll play for like an hour, like a couple levels, and like come 2 a.m. I'm still playing it. I've gotten to like level 7 by myself, and I'm just like, where am I? What year is it? I just got so sucked into it. It was so good. Puzzle games I watch a lot of different people, and keeping track can be difficult, but she's very nice. That's awesome. Haven't started. I've never played a beat 'em up, and I'm scared. No, I will play with you. I will play it with you if you want. If you want co-op partners, I've told everyone in the Discord, if you want a co-op experience, I'm happy to help. It is so good. And I will tell you this, play it on easy, no shame. Streets of Rage 4. No shame at all. It is absolutely worth playing on easy, especially if you're not used to beat 'em ups. But like, it's amazing. It's too good. Clunky, are you more scared about this one, or were you more scared about Katana Zero? Because Katana Zero, there were a lot of people who were like, I can't beat this game. And I get it. Like, as I was playing, I was like, man, this is a tough one. Pretty excited though. I've watched Adam play that. So much rage. Nice. Pretty excited though. I'm pretty well versed in most types of games, but never beat 'em up. Nice. Katana Zero, I flail hard in that game. It's a flail worthy game for sure. One I'm actually really excited to play. It's on Game Pass right now. Was Cyber Shadow. I'm gonna play that a little bit later. Katana Zero has been one of my fave games since launch. It's so good. I agree. It's so good. If you didn't have any problems with Katana Zero though, like I think you're gonna absolutely love Streets of Rage. I think you're gonna love Streets of Rage just because it's just so much like boom, 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 boom. It's fun, and like legitimately, I think they've got like a good. The story is simple, but like it works for what you're doing. I think you're gonna play that one soon. It's so good. Oh my gosh. Like I'm convinced at this point that anything that Yacht Club makes or publishes, I don't care what it is, it's going to be good. Like they are fully in like the Annapurna level of like, this is gonna be awesome. I'm thrilled. you just sprint through and trying to hit everyone with the sword, Theo. Yeah, I felt the same way. Man, there's one specific part also when like the Annapurna of killing guys. Yeah, kind of. That's funny. Man, I hope people have some good stuff to say about it too. I really, Clunky, I really want CJ to get in the discussion. I just want to hear their opinion about stuff, because of like their reviewing style is so much different than mine, and I just want to hear what they have to say. Just like we until I'm dead. I mean, I get that. Do you, Clunky? Do you not? Maybe you don't. Maybe never mind. Never mind. Yeah, Dylan's first time. Dylan's jumping in at my recommendation, and the fact that I said it was Streets of Rage 4 and he's already played it. Maybe not at my recommendation. Maybe because I wouldn't stop talking about it. One of those two. It's a good time. I'm legit blown away by like how consistently fun that game is. I love CJ, but I'm way too agreeable for his reviews. Sometimes a bit of both. Clunky, I think I'm more like you. Like I tend to give a lot of things a pass before I will like be mean to them, I guess, or like try and give them like a hard time because I'm like, well, you know, putting it in this context, I agree. I'm very forgiving. I was actually looking, you know, like we've got that review scale now, and like I most of the games that I rate are 4-star apparently. Like it's 3 and 4-star like split evenly between all that, which I guess is how it's supposed to be, but it seems like skewed a little bit to the left. I don't know. Hydrate. You're embarrassed by how many 4-stars you have? No, don't be. I think it speaks to number one, your agreeability, which is a good thing to have because it means like you can look past a lot of faults of a game. And I also think it means that you only play like really good games. So like nothing wrong with that. Good games are good, am I right? I also give a lot of games a 4-star. Like a lot of games a 4-star. But whatever. I'm not gonna apologize for it. I'm right, so I'm objectively correct. This game is a 4-star. It's very good. I can't help that you can't see the good in it. Other people, it's so good. What, Dylan? What? You and I both know I'm objectively correct about the ratings of games. I know. I'm not super forgiving. I don't give everything like a good rating. I am. That game was good. I gave what was that one? Project Sylphid. I gave Project Sylphid a 2. Ooh, not a good game. Not a good game. And that's all right. Not every game can be good. I would like the majority of my games to be the majority of ratings that I give a 3. It doesn't deserve a 1. The only game I've ever given a 1, the only game I can remember giving a 1 was Splatterhouse, the remake on 360 and PS3. That game is a 1. Not only is it not technically like well done, it is boring. Boring. I'm always right until I'm left. Bingo. Bingo. Playing this Japanese farming sim right now, and it's such a bad port, and it's so broken, but I love it, so it's probably a 4. Yeah, I mean, like, that's my whole thing is, like, to me, like, if a game is, like, if I enjoy it, and it's, like, not an absolute trash fire, like, 3 or 4-star probably, you know? Like, why not? I just don't see like why I wouldn't give it a 3 or 4-star if I enjoy it and I know it's flawed, but I still like it anyway. And it's not like an actual, you know, garbage game, like 3 or 4. Easy. I'm with you. 100%. Every time. I get it. Spore was a trash fire, but also uber good. I think, well, I don't know about that. Maybe we agree to disagree on that one, Theo. Maybe. Who knows? Anyway, never mind. Moving on. We don't have to talk about Spore anymore. To be fair, Will didn't ruin it. EA did. I mean, yeah, of course, but you know, it in result still speaks for itself, unfortunately, and I didn't enjoy it. But that's okay. Agree to disagree. It's fine. It's fine. Not a problem. Not a problem. All right. Let's see here. Let's see here. We're going to go them. We could just go say hey to Sev. Sev's pretty cool. Oh, AKL's playing Hades. Oh, man. Let's do this. We're gonna go. I'm gonna end stream, by the way. By the way, everyone, I appreciate y'all being here, hanging out, being cool. Been here about 3 hours. Time to try and get to bed so I don't stay up until 2 a.m. playing Streets of Rage 4 again. I probably will. But y'all are great. I appreciate you. We're gonna go raid my buddy. Not my buddy. I've met them before. It's been a bit though. Woofer Gaming. They're playing the Medium, which is another game I'm very interested in. And yeah, we're gonna do that. They're fun. They're silly. Well, I appreciate you being here. Thank you for the company and all of that good fun stuff. Let's see here. Yep, so we're ready to raid. Hold on, they might be leaving. Wait a minute. I think they're leaving. We might not be raiding them. Canceling the raid.
Yes. Thanks, Azure.
Wait a minute. Nope. They're just chilling.
I don't know what she's doing. Are you grabbing your snack?
They're getting a snack. Okay, we're good. All right, we are raiding them. Just kidding. We got it. We got there eventually, everyone. We got there eventually. So anyway, they're playing the Medium. This is gonna be fun. Give them the old Uke raid. Give them one of those when we get over there. Tell them I sent you. Tell them I said what's up. And false alarm. We got it there. We got it. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all hanging out and being cool. Go over there, hang out, be cool. They're great. And yeah. See y'all later. Bye.